I very much like Kenzan. I very much like Kenzan. It is very much a PS3 era Yakuza. If you don't like the PS3 era Yakuzas, you probably won't like this, but it's very different, and I like it. So, see what happens with an SSD and Kenzan then, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go. Tab's right. It's a bit rough around the edges. You need to remember that this is the very first PS3 RGG game. So, it's the very first RGG game that's actually, you know, full 3D. It's very much rough in places, and it is rough in places. Yeah, bomb option twice to this guy. Yeah, like Tap says, it's basically like the games from this era, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of like how, you know how PS2 games have that nice feeling to them? It's very similar to that. Like, whenever you play like a PS2 game or you play a PS3 game, you kind of know how those games from that era felt. And it's good in that way. It's very, very good in that way. We're also being taught how to use the map. You do get taught how to use, like, a lot of the normal features of this game in these tutorials. I need to make sure I hit the bottom option to not repeat this tutorial. Also, it actually does something really cool with its world map in this game that it only does once and no other Yakuza game really does. Which is a shame. You'll see it coming up in about 2 hours' time. But this game has actually got a whole bunch of, like, different maps to it. There's also... Oh, there's this guy. I think you're just 2 bottom options. I might be wrong on that. Get out of here. So, yeah, there's basically a whole different bunch of areas you can go to in Kenzan. You'll be seeing a lot of them as we go through. I don't remember the correct way to go to the city, if I'm being honest. But we're basically going out and collecting money. This part of the game is actually a good couple of chapters away from where we are right now. This is actually, I think it's like 7 or 8 chapters ahead of where we actually start the game. But you'll see with the first fight tutorial, because I'm going to do this side first, you'll see with the first fight tutorial coming up what we mean by it's a little rough around the edges. It's interesting in a good way, but it's also very... Oh, I keep forgetting the fixed camera angle stuff. It's also very rough in a lot of ways. But it is the first Yakuza game to have multiple fighting styles as well. This was... So, for reference, this game is so old. Same with Black Panther 1, that neither this game nor Black Panther 1 actually have digital version. I should have gone to the other side of the street and dealt with them first for time, because then we back around on this area, I think. I'm beginning to remember now. But we're going to go do the first tutorial here. Again, if this is a bit loud audio-wise, I can lower it, because I think the fights do get quite loud in this game. But despite the fact that it's like early PS3, this game is really colorful. Like, this game actually makes good use of vibrant color. And the sun is quite bright in this game. So, fight tutorials. So you'll see with our hand-to-hand here that it's actually going to be quite rough. Also, enemies guard, like, not as much as Yakuza 3, but they do guard a lot. Kenzan does not have digital, no. Probably should just do the kick there, I think. So your usual grab and attack tutorials. Also, note how I'm moving here in terms of, like, changing the position I'm looking at. So you'll see, for example, that there's a little bit of a delay in being able to move, and you turn instead. It's not tank controls, but it's slightly tank-like. That's bad, guards. But what I want to do is get everybody over here for this stick. Stick, good. Also note how hitting multiple enemies does not count as multiple hits. Hopefully everyone gets over here for these. Come on. Come on. But look at the little bits of delay in the turning. So here we are supposed to... We're supposed to actually taunt them to build our heat up. It's faster to grab and throw them. No joke. It's faster to grab and throw than to taunt. Taunting slow. Ideally as well, I want to be in the other corner. Not this corner. This corner bad. Other corner good. Reason being is that we need to do heat attacks. And the stairs over there are really fast and really good, whereas this is not. Thankfully, they rebuild your heat up, which is nice. These stairs are very, very good for the actual heat attacks. Okay, and then we just end it. Thankfully, much like the other Yakuza tutorials from this early era, any damage you do before you can actually finish them off is applied through the tutorial. Very modern graphically. It helps having... I mean, the PS3, like, I'm currently capturing this at 1080. Now, Kenzan isn't 1080. Kenzan, much like the other RGG games on the PS3 of this era, is sub-resolution. I want to say that Kenzan, and I might be wrong with this, so please correct me if I am, I think Kenzan is around 520 to 580p. When we get to the main street here, you'll see that actually this place looks really good color-wise. Like, look how colorful this is. Look how actually colorful this is. For their first game, like, on PS3, it's actually really, really cool. So we're going to be going over to a building that's going to be very, very important later on in the run. We're going to go over to Ebisu, this game's version. Not speak to the guy outside. Made that mistake last time. Remember this time. So this is Ebisu. We'll be back here later to sell. I'm very glad I did a tiny bit of Japanese learning, so I remember my kanji. I remember the kanji for sell, but I remember the kanji for buy. The interesting thing is we are going to need certain items at certain points in this run. This run basically requires a very strict money route. So we get tutorialized here on this game's version of locker keys. It is these charms right here. These open up the basic actual lockers as we go around. So this way. And look how cool this looks. It's a shame this game will never get localized. Its plot is never ever going to fly best. Like they said around the time that Ishin Kamami was like revealed, they said, you know, they'd have to redo the game completely. And at that point, you might as well just make a brand new samurai action game. Which honestly, yeah. Fight number 2. Go to the left here. Okay, so we want to take care of the enemies with the gourds. So this guy in front of me, for example. These gourds are items. These are going to be items that we can pick up during fights. It's not the actual one I want to do. The quickest way to kill enemies at the start here is, unironically, kicking them. I'm not kidding you. Just doing the double kick is the quickest way. Now we get the usual problematic part of any Yakuza's tutorial for speedruns. Blocking! Good, at least did the triple. Then we do the lock-on, as you know. Yeah, it doesn't happen in the game, but it's heavily implied. It is essentially the courtesan stuff. If you know what the courtesans of this era did, this game's version of Haruka basically decides to go and earn money by being... I can't remember the exact term, but it's basically in servitude to the courtesans, which... Come on. It might not happen, but heavily implied. Which is not good. Like, it might have been something that happened in this era, but not good. Not good. Not good at all. Absolutely not good at all. So, it would never fly for the Western Age rating board at all. Like, at all. And then we go home and speak to this guy again. Essentially, you'll actually see her in a second. Basically, this game's Haruka wants us, we play as Miyamoto Musashi, actual real-life Miyamoto Musashi. Basically, she wants us to kill someone, and basically to earn the money, she goes and does that. Good at all. We'll see. This, I should technically not PB. I haven't done this run in a good couple of months. I don't remember. Also, fun fact, you don't get free reign in Kenzan for about an hour in the speedrun. I'm not even kidding. You don't gain access to the actual city for about an hour. The fact that I'm saving time, despite the fact that I played that really badly, is, that's telling. Yep, in Kenzan, Kiryu is Musashi, Ishin, he is Ryoma. Sakamoto Ryoma. So basically, so the whole point behind Kenzan and Ishin is it's your favorite, quotation marks, Yakuza characters portraying famous, like, Japanese samurai, Edo, Bakumetsu period, like, actual people. So the weird thing is, because of that... Oh yeah, this is where we have to get our sword out and put it back away. After this bit, everyone's going to be so impressed that they give us a nice round of applause. So chat, if you'd like to give me a nice round of applause after this, I'd appreciate it. Sugoi. Sugoi. Sugoi.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Sugoi, Vera, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well tonight. Vera, we finished a run of Yakuza Dead Souls. It actually happened. That actually happened. Anyway, we now use a wooden sword. We need to do the full square combo. As long as you just spam it for this one, this is fine. Once again, everyone's going to be impressed at us trying to hit this guy with this sword. Once again, Sugoi, 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 Sugoi. I should change the split name to just Sugoi. I've also just realized there is a typo in my actual split name here. Because there's actually not a space between chapter and 1. And that is now bugging me. Enjoy your rapidly cooling dinner. Sugoi. 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 Now, if you hadn't got enough of the guard tutorial earlier, oh baby! Do it again. What's everyone doing right now? Thankfully, despite the fact that he misses one hit in this combo, he does a 4-hit combo. Congratulations to the guy that missed me twice. So, this one, now we're going to learn how to kick. So by kicking, we basically break their guard or knock their sword away. This is actually something that we'll be doing in the run. Oh, hey. We'll actually be genuinely doing this in the run. I'm actually kind of doing it a little early. I should wait like half a second here. Now comes the interesting tutorial. So, one of the things that we can do, that we're about to get tutorialized on, is you can actually charge your heat up after a combo. So, to do that, we do our strong combo, and then hold the input. As long as you hold the input. Now comes actually a really interesting boss in terms of Yakuza speedrun stuff. So, it's our friend back here. I think his name is Mariki. I might be wrong on that. But there's our friend back here. We are going to have to fight him. He wants to kind of test our strength because we're going to go and be part of the revolution coming up. We're going to go and do samurai stuff. But essentially before then, he wants to test how strong we are. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to beat the shit out of him and then stop. Marry me. Actually, is someone else. Okay. So, there's a reason behind that. So, essentially, what's going to happen is... Break the guard. We are going to get him down to his second HP bar. That's a shame. Because when we get him down to his second HP bar, funnily enough, he gets hyper-aggressive. I wish he would stop walking away, because now he's just going to get his guard back. This is not going well. Again, so he drops his guard. Really? This is bad. This is pretty bad. By getting him down to 1 HP bar left, he actually goes really aggressive. He's not playing aggressive. I also don't like the fact he's doing his knockdown move, because that just takes ages to go through. Okay. He has a 3-hit combo, I swear to God. Come on, dude. Terrible start. Absolutely terrible start. Okay. Terrible start. Oh, that's a bad fight. Oh, that's a terrible fight. Essentially, when you're getting down to just 1 HP remaining, he just goes absolutely hard. He just tries to murder you. Ooh, bad fight. Ooh, bad fight. About that. Alright, so. At this point, we're going to meet up with a couple of friends. Before we go and do our first set piece. We do have one more boss remaining, though. And okay, so. Gonna recognize somebody turning up in a second here. So this, you can also see that with, you can see that we very much have the early PS3 models here. Because, like, whilst Kiryu looks quite like Kiryu, there's gonna be a character that turns up in a second that doesn't fully look the exact same way. Because they massively make his model better for Yakuza 3. See, good old Majima is turning up. His model in Kenzan is very weird. Very, very weird. Here he is. Hopefully he behaves. You ideally don't want to do a full combo because it knocks him to the ground like this. Why I kind of wanted to like hold my combo. But you can't see under my webcam, but essentially I just got level ups on hit points and power. So it's automatic the upgrades in this run, and it basically gave, obviously, HP and power. Okay. Like, here's Majima. This isn't Majima. Wait, so we get a lot of shot of Majima. Like, this is definitely, like, yeah, there's Majima. This looks like Majima, like, older than any of the current Yakuza games Majima. Like, the early PS3 models for the Yakuza characters are a little awkward, but Kiryu looks alright. Apart from, like, the sideburns that look like they're becoming sentient. But we're going over the plan for how we're going to infiltrate this place. Fun fact. Well, there's actually a couple of things we want to do in this that are off the beaten path. You see that room at the top left? Actually contains a nameless katana. Yes, the same nameless katanas that we use in a couple of other Yakuza speedruns. We will actually be grabbing that on the way through. It's got good damage in the early game. Here we go. Okay, would like to skip the cutscene. Okay. Set piece time. So we do have to take care of most of the enemies on the way through here, unfortunately. Thankfully we do have Majima with us. That missed? Okay. Sure. We'll do the strong attack to be able to kill these enemies if I need to. Now, the nice thing is, at some point during this set piece, we will be getting a combo upgrade. Also, I think the game's a little loud, so I'll turn it down a little bit. I didn't do the thing with the sprint I should have done. So, I'll be able to show you in a sec. Oh, hand-to-hand guys suck in this game. Take them out first, I forgot. I will be able to show you, coming up, the actual way that you can sprint in this game. The hand guys suck, they always grab you out of your combo. What? This guy ran away. He attack. So here's how you sprint. You put your sword away, and then you start running. That is how you sprint in this game. Okay. I don't like doing the long combo if I can help it, but sometimes to get closer I do have to use the long combo. Nice dodge. Blood is spraying the walls, yeah. But yeah, this was the first proper 3D Yakuza. It does a good job. Whoa, frame rate. Oh wait, no, this room isn't necessary. This room isn't necessary. What am I doing? Run. I'm stupid. So we want to run down this pathway. And you'll see in a second here. Where are we? Sword. We're going to equip that sword, if I can remember which menu it is.
Shouldn't run with sharp objects. You trip, you might die.
Very true. Like a bug bomb. Thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate it. And we run. I got that room. You can just completely. Option. Top option is Madada, which is like, oh, wait. Okay. So now we have the Nameless Katana. I can't remember which of these enemies I can actually run from. I think we can run from the first two. We do have to kill them eventually. But as long as we keep running, we'll spawn the next enemies in here. Yeah, QTs are in this game as well. Kenzan's not related to Ishin outside of their just spin-off games. All these enemies are really annoying. If you can heat attack them, you're so... Snap. And we run. Okay, cool. In the first chapter. I played really badly in that chapter, to be fair. They, as I said, the Marami fight earlier was terrible. Marami fight earlier was bad. Surprised I'm losing time. I have a lot of time save in these early chapters in my PB, but it's been a long time since I've done them. Chapter 2. So chapter 2 is also quite short. Again, we're very much linear story at the moment, so us and not Majima managed to make it out. I remember rightly, isn't this just leave and then come back in? Because my notes are wrong, so when I looked at my notes earlier, I thought to myself, there's definitely parts of these notes that are wrong. In my notes, I've got grab 2 items in the shrine and 1 outside, then talk. Oh, I knew that was wrong. God, I knew that was wrong. Sad Majima in the rain. Install the game on SSD. Would the game be faster? I know that I have it on an SSD. The trouble is, this game does not have a digital version. There is only the disc-based version. But the interesting thing is, on the title screen, there is an option to install data to the hard drive, which is, you know, obviously what we've done. It makes the even on hard drive, it makes it go much faster. There shouldn't be that much time save in this compared to Dead Souls, because Dead Souls is obviously digital. But there should still be a little bit of time save. But most of my time save is needing to play the video game better. Ah, this fight sucks. Marami's back and he's a pain in the ass. Because ideally I just want to take care of the antis first. You have to take care of everyone, but Marami sucks. These guards are just like parrying you. Where are you going, not curious? Trouble is, Majima's brought everyone over, which sometimes is good and sometimes it's not good. That's it dealt with. It's not too bad. Ow. Ow. Oh, time to do that earlier. I still haven't had my combo upgrade yet. I still haven't had my combo upgrade yet. This is, ain't no ideal. Ideal at all. The dual sword now? Yeah, this is where we become actual Miyamoto Musashi with dual swords. So, this is your third style. Obviously, dual swords. We don't actually use the dual swords that much, but you can guard from any direction with the dual swords. If you want to actually thank you to hit me, that was great. Really, that was fast. Thank you. Come on. One more. Thank you. That enemy at the back there is going to be a problem in this next part. So again, finish off the enemy. You have to finish off the enemy with the dual swords in this tutorial, sadly. This game I was gonna say, if I don't be careful, I'm gonna get hit. Okay, not fast. SD doesn't go as great on this one. Yeah, this one, the problem with Kenzan is there's no digital version, so it's just disc. Plus, also, I'm bad at Kenzan. To be fully fair and upfront, I am terrible at Kenzan. I definitely think the 2 golds we've got so far are definitely because of the SSD, but I am genuinely not that good at Kenzan. Also, we're still not in full control of the video game just yet. We're going to the main city now, but we won't be unlocking everything for a while. But yeah, there is an install to hard drive option for this game, which I have on. So hopefully for this fight, again, we're going to go back to single sword. Hopefully everyone stays in front of us, because that makes this really nice and easy. You see, single sword does a lot of damage with a nameless katana. Yep. So this is why you want to stay on the bridge. When you take out enough enemies, you summon some more in. And again, hopefully if we're on the bridge, we can just keep everyone together. Okay. I disagree, but sure. One again, go back on the bridge and take care of everyone on the bridge first. Lay down, that's the important thing. Well, you actually are dead. I didn't even realize you were that low. Attack if I can. Nope. Too late. It's fine. Not ideal. Not great. I hit too many times. Aim boss sure can tank the frame rate. Yup. I need to figure out what's causing my frames to drop before I do all sub-story. That is going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. Is this is the farm stuff, right? Be the farm. Yes, okay. So, we've basically fallen off this bridge, and we're going to end up at this farm here, where we're kind of hiding out, thanks to the kindness of the person right here. Then there's going to be some assassins come our way that we're going to have to deal with. Yeah, this pretty much, in terms of, like, real-life stuff, follows the real Miyamoto Musashi stuff quite well up until the end of the video game, where in real life, Miyamoto Musashi is supposed to have one big fight on the beach, and that's it. This is a video game, and it's going to introduce other plot lines that have to be wrapped up, and it's going to make the finale of this video game really bloody weird. Really bloody weird. Judgment Amon is actually really cool due to the fact that you need to do like both styles against him. As long as you have the skill book that allows you to like get heat back when you're guarding, it makes that fight really fun. It's a lot harder without that skill book, but it's really nice to have like the actual like get heat back when you're guarding. Here I'm not actually going to use the strong attack until I know I can kill them. He's still alive, I'll let him go. Actually a little surprised my damage only leaves him on 1 HP at this point. Let me up. Very surprised left on 1 HP. Oh well. Amon fight is the hardest. Four just because of Sledgehammer Amon. Or I might even say K1 actually. But K1's is fun. K1's is very fun. I like K1's, but K1 also has the fact that, you know, you technically have to fight him twice. And in the second part of fighting him, he turns into Sonic the Hedgehog. And fast. Anyway, for this fight, we are weaponless. So, you all know the drill of what we do in this fight. Also, this fight introduces ranged enemies. Now, if you thought the gun enemies in Yakuza games were annoying, keep the archers in this game, who are just... We're going to go after them first. They are literally going to run away and shoot at the same time. One of them has left, and I don't know where they are. They seem to have left, I think. Yeah, we are just going to kick. Kicking good, kicking actually pretty good. Gave me some heat gauge as well. Nice level up. So, ranged enemies in this game, he's actually at the fence? Are you kidding me? You went all the way back here? My dude, look at this! Look at these guys! Actually being able to run away while firing their ranged weapons. How dare you? How actually dare you? I'm so glad that gun enemies aren't like that. Mind you, shoutouts to the gun enemies in OG 1 and 2 that literally run away like the Roadrunner and are just like faster than anyone. Huh. That's the final Majima name on K1. Yo, nice. I think I played this game on PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3. So we have that sword back, so we're going to be just attacking these guys every time they fall out. You can use your full combo early on just to start taking them onto the ground so they stop annoying you, but just be careful of their placements. When they're next to these lanterns, it actually gets really annoying to take them out. Just want to take care of as many so they don't annoy me in this fight. Stop that. What are you? Where did you go? Shame, I was just gonna carry on attacking. So even though this is on easy, enemies are actually really aggressive in Kenzan. Like, can be. Wait till we get to aggro enemies later on. They are actually really, really painful in a box, certain boss fight. You, and then you. Not the best fight. Best fight. Yeah, PS3 isn't, well... PS3 isn't natively region locked unless the games and the developers or, like, yeah, the devs actually go out of their way to region lock games. There's only ever been about, I want to say it's like 4 region locked PS3 games, with one of them being very, very infamous and being Persona 4 Arena. As Tab says, yeah, unless you're Persona 4 Arena. Also, this monk dude is just watching us while we sleep. He's a good lad. Got to give us a bunch of money. Useful. Very useful, actually. So for Kenzan, there's actually a bunch of different swords in this game. With the Nameless Katana, you saw our damage go up quite fast. Note to self, don't forget the cloves, idiot. So this is your world map. So this is everything we've seen so far. Game would let me have control. Don't forget this. Every time I do this run. And then we leave. So we're gonna leave. So fight spawns in Kenzan are weird. They spawn in specific places, but some of them aren't too bad. A lot of them look like they're going to be blocking the way coming up. That guy is in the way technically, but actually... Goodbye. So a bunch of enemies, like the guy on the right, look like they're right in the middle of the pathway, but actually, fight spawns take a while to notice you in this game. That's going to be important for trying to avoid them. Most fight spawns in this game are actually very easily avoidable. There's about 3 of them that can spawn in that are very annoying to deal with. One of which is just in the middle of a bridge. Like, I wish I was kidding. There is just a man in the middle of a bridge that is just in the way. You have to do the old Yakuza bait him backwards kind of thing. There's one enemy spawn that can be annoying down this pathway, but again, because the enemy spawns don't actually notice you straight away, provided you see him ahead of time, you can actually just stick to the side, and as long as you don't walk too close to the side and slow down, you're actually okay to get past him. This guy. This guy is nice and fine. So, he didn't even aggro onto me. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. This guy can also be problematic, but again, as long as we stick to the left-hand side, it should be fine. See how there's a little bit of a delay there? So, Kenzan's enemy spawns are actually kind of generous. Kenzan's enemy spawns are actually really kind of generous. Like, it's genuinely surprising how really nice it is to just walk past them. Like, usually, if this was any other Yakuza game, that would be a guaranteed fight without, like, breaking them backwards. So, you'll see on the left-hand side here, the Palanquins. The Palanquins are our taxis. We don't actually unlock the Palanquins as taxis until a specific part of the story. So, I don't think panning the camera works for Kenzan, but I always do it. You can see the NPCs are spawning in. It's because the camera is quite far back behind old Miyamoto Musashi here. That friend of we can't do the Yakuza slow walk, yeah. Would be quite nice, but at the very least, Kenzan, as you can see, like, lets us just run past them. It's nice. It's just a problem with about 3 of them. Which thankfully aren't a problem until later on in the run. Guy, our monk friend, is going to get us into the city. So this is before the prologue from earlier. So Miyamoto's place of residence is actually right next to this gate on the other side. The interesting thing is there's fast travel in that part of the city that you just saw, but there's no fast travel in this part of the city, which is a pain in the ass because we actually have to run up and down quite a fair bit. Should be the brothel part, right? Yes, brothel part. Amy's so happy. And camera working PS3 Yakuza 3 and 4? Yes. I think so. But there's also less NPC spawns in PS3 Yakuza 3 and 4, but I think it does work there as well. I'm fairly confident it does. That's the place. Oh, I'm glad the game dragged me in because I kind of was past it. Second option to this guy. Remember that. And then we leave. A little bit of a look at the Shinsengumi. Yes, I think it's the Shinsengumi.
What?
Huh? This guy is going to become our friend later on. We've got to go back to the monk now. But I think it does work in the PS3, 3 and 4. It works a little bit in 5 as well, but it really isn't as good. It's such a shame. It doesn't work if like the NPCs spawn like as close to you as they can do. And we go back. Again, even nighttime looks really good in Kenzan. Like, it's just really colorful. Really, really colorful. It's just nice. And we follow this guy just to the top part of the city. There's actually, funnily enough, there's a stealth section coming up in this game later on, which, thankfully, we can just run straight through. But we will be utilizing most of the city, and hopefully I can remember the actual pathway, because I need to not make any movement mistakes for it. And that's the end of that chapter, I believe. Or is there a fight next? Is there a fight in here? Am I thinking of issue? Oops, don't let me. Through you, guy. There's a fight. Fight and we don't... Oh, right, it's the one where we don't have the weapon. Perhaps notes on. Because these are definitely old. I definitely set of notes. See hard. Definitely, yeah, I'm just going to use Taps notes. Taps notes are absolutely correct. I'm going to use Taps notes. mine bad. Yeah, we do have a fight in here. Thankfully, it's not a hard fight. We don't have a weapon. There's a drunk guy. Can deal. There is a Revelation Master in this game, yes. The Revelations aren't quite as flashy as they are from Mac, which... Hey, can we get Mac back in future Yakuza games, please? I don't like the main characters coming back, but side characters that deserve it, like Mac and Bob, bring them back. Good fun. When you don't have a weapon, I kid you not, when you don't have a weapon, just kick. Your kick in this game is actually disgustingly good. It's really fast and it does a lot of damage. I wish the kick was that good. The basic triangle kick was that good in other Yakuza games. But in Kenzan, it's fast and it's strong. Anyway, we have a house now. I have a house now, which is... That should be the end of the chapter. If that's not the end of the chapter, I'll be surprised. So the nice thing about this is our house here actually serves as a shortcut between the south part of the city and the north part of the city. So we can just, like, dip in and out of both of them, which is good. Yeah, there's definitely not as much time save on an SSD in this game. I definitely think there's a little bit. I'm playing quite badly. We'll save a little bit of time here, which is... I have, like, a minute time save. I can't remember which chapter it was. I don't think it was this one. I think it might have been 7. I've got a minute's worth of time save in a chapter for reasons that I don't remember. I just remember that I have it. I know something went very wrong. Actually one-shots all of Nani gun guys. Nice. Don't need to check the letter. The letter is fine. I remember the first time we did runs, I kept checking the letters. So, forward, you. There's gonna be a lot of this where we run to the top part of the city a lot. This is why it's a little bit of a shame that the top part of the city doesn't have any fast travel, because a palanquin outside of our house to the top part of the city would probably save a good 15 to 20 minutes in this run. I'm not even joking. Also, ignore that waypoint. That is not the right place to go to. I believe they're a sub-story right there, so we're gonna... Well... And when we get up here, our friend will be up here. The nice thing about this, there's something that I really like about the PS3 Yakuza games. When you're running through areas like this, and like you're going to like cutscenes, like automatic text, because it's early, R1 doesn't count as walking, so I can just hold the text mash. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Something I do like about the 3-era Yakuzas. I like how, as well, the game just, like, lingers on that one shot of the guy looking at us, just like... So, now we've got to go back home, and then, unironically enough, we've got to come back here again. I wish I was joking. As I said, a taxi here would be fantastic. This pathway I'm following down the back street here, this is the pathway we're going to want to take in that later stealth chapter. I don't think I come down this one, but I might be wrong on that one. We'll see. We'll see. How many chapters does this game have? Including prologue, I think 12, 13. Pigeon. Oh, thanks, Pigeon. Go back again. Should be the next day now. Definitely forget. I'm deaf. Oh, right, yeah, it's the part where we need the permit to get past the guy, isn't it? We have to go to the review hub. Right. Right. This... Is this the part where I do the sub-story? The part where I need to do a sub-story very, very specifically so that we can get enough money for this route. We basically need a lot of money in this route. We need a lot of money. We're gonna be... It's funny that, like, most of the Yakuza games have, like, some form of equipment that uses money as, like, kind of like currency to, like, use damage or, like, ammo. But in this game, we are actually going to be using one of those in the speedrun because that sword does a lot of damage up until we get to the finale, at which point the game gives us a free sword that does an absolute unreal. So much damage. Now we go back. So you can see we get the new part on our map. That's where we're going to. This is what I kind of like about Kenzan. It, like, utilizes its map quite well. This should be where the Revelation guy turns up. Yep. See this cat? You are in the middle of a revelation. So this guy actually teaches you a revelation with this cat, but obviously we're just going to ignore the guy. We're going to go home. He wants us to go over by that cat. We're not going to. The nice thing is, the top part of the city here doesn't have fight spawns. The top part of the city does not have fight spawns. So it's really nice in that we don't have to worry about fight spawns at all. Outside of, like, any scripted ones that we have to do, which actually I don't think there's any. I really don't think there's any, actually. So yeah, this map is nice. This map is very nice. The bottom part is going to have certain scripted fight spawns going forward as well. But it also has certain fight spawns that might be a problem in the run. There's certain points where I have to go to, like, a restaurant, etc. But, oh, it's not good. Okay, so we need to go to the place we're supposed to go to, and we're going to get told to turn around until we get the permit. This way. You can see we're right next to the gate that we went through in the previous chapter. So, speak to this guy up ahead. It's through. This guy's going to interrupt us. Second to last option and last. Southern of the two center streets. Oh, it's this bit. It's this bit. Right. This bit I always get lost in. Right, I know where I'm going. So, we need to go to the crossroads. We can actually dip through the market there. Get to the other side. The place we want to go to is right here. I'm right. This should be it. Yes, good. Good. This is the bit that I always forget every single time I come back to this run. This man has a big long stick. Take him out. It's all the time. He has to go first. He is annoying in this fight. Again, take care of hand-to-hand units. They don't grab you every single time. Thanks. I'm ragdolling into the floor. I am ragdolling into the floor right now, and I cannot get up. Please help. Love Kenzan. It's so weird and stupid. Coming up. I did very badly in this fight. Whoa. Okay. No, okay, sure. Okay. Shogi. Time for Shogi. Thank goodness we don't... Thank goodness we don't have to do Shogi in this game. There really was a weird fascination of wanting the player to do Shogi in early RGG games. Because they want you to do it in OG2, like, to progress the story. And then they also want you to technically do Shogi twice in this game. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so it should be the sub-story after this bit. Man has a log. Drop the log. Thank you. God. Drop your guard. Thank you. Yeah, I'm playing terribly. So anytime you see an enemy sheath their sword like that, they are getting ready to attack you. I like knocking this guy to the ground so you can do this to him, because he is very frustrating. It knocks you to the ground. Come on, what do you get? So this should be sub-story time, if I'm right. This should be sub-story time. I still don't have my 4th hit on my combo yet. Really weird. I should have had it by now. Game has not given it to me yet. I didn't think the actual game stopped me. Garden gate. Cool. So yeah, we go see the florist, and then we come back here to the cave. We still don't have access to fast travel yet, by the way. Otherwise, we would be fast traveling right now, but we don't have access to it until after this bit. I was stuck at the Shogi bit in OG2. Yeah, like, what I like, yeah, and I like that a lot as well, Big No-No, in that, like, with Shogi in the speedrun for OG2, we literally cheat. There is no way to get around it. We literally cheat. And not cheat in, like, making the AI do certain things, apart from that when we do, but we literally cheat because we pay a guy to swap the goddamn Shogi board. We put ourselves in check, flip the entire game around, so that then our opponent is in check. Checkmate. There's one of the best ways to skip any minigame in any Yakuza run. It's so good. It's actually genuinely so good. Could be where I want to go. Maybe the forest mansion? I'd be very surprised with more. I remember having it. And then it should be the cave set piece. Yes, yeah. Okay, so, in this game, the Florist plays, basically, he teaches these guys how to be. We're actually going to have to do his training at some point in this run. Not yet, though. Right? Do we have to do it now? I can't remember. But we do have to do his training. It's a pain in the backside, because it takes like 2 minutes. And he's literally just run around and hit a couple of hay bales with a sword. We've been hitting real people with our swords so far. But now, yes, it's set piece time. So, again, if we had fast travel, we would be using the fast travel right now. This place is weird. There's no fast travel that's actually near it, other than one on a screen away from us. So, there's no real good fast travel place to get to the Kotetsu Mansion. Is it Kotetsu? Yeah, Kotetsu Mansion. So it's really weird. Like, sometimes it's better just to run here. And it's weird because you would think that taxiing, at least to the other screen, would be faster. Maybe with an SSD, I don't know, but like, honestly, we're still getting load times, as you can see, like, in between all of the transitions to the other places. Okay, so specifically we want to go this way. I also want to make sure I don't miss the turning, because I miss the turning every time I come back to this game. Without fail, it's the next right, my dude. Ask this guy on the corner with his son. Go to the right. Here you go. That's it. That's the lady we're after, dead ahead of us. So, this sub-story right here, we're going to start this sub-story. Obviously, back in these days, you purify the place outside of your shop by throwing water around. Say the top option, yell at this guy. He goes away. We get 10,000 mon for our trouble. This is something we desperately need. Money is an issue in this run. One thing that isn't an issue is this guy here. He's actually a blacksmith. This guy is going to give us access to 2 of the best and strongest weapons that we can get. So, we have to do a tutorial here when we equip it, but he's going to give us access to our first 2-handed weapon. I have to remove, because I don't remember which ones. Oh god, I've messed up my menuing already. Which one is it? Crap. Wait, hold on. Where are we? I did equip your greatsword, second menu option, third in the list. Ready? Yeah. I did it, and then I messed it up and put it back on. Go back into that menu, go into this menu. Where are we?
Howdy.
Really? Where is it? You're kidding me. I've actually messed this up really badly. This is bad. Hold on. Oh, God. How have I forgotten how to remove weapons? How have I forgotten how to remove weapons? Because this is removing weapons. Right? Oh, God. I've actually genuinely forgotten how to do this bit. That's how you remove... Why wouldn't you let me do that before? Video game. Right, greatsword. So the greatsword has more damage. That should have taken 2 seconds, not 20. The greatsword does more damage, but actually there's an aspect of the 2-handed weapons that is more important than the damage, as you'll see. Hi, Jebby, thank you very much for the 22 months, I appreciate it. You'll see here that what we happen. So, 2-handed weapons, as you can probably guess, are slow. So, we want to guard. All these guys are our first gun enemies. Now, sometimes this doesn't work. This is really annoying. Also, we have to wait for them to, you know, they're muskets. You know how muskets work. Thankfully, you know, they delayed long enough for both of the shots to count. I walking away would like to stop walking away. I would appreciate that. Now, attacking. Attacking slow. So what we're going to do is we're only going to do 2 light attacks to not knock them to the ground. You move very, very slowly with a 2-handed weapon in this game. That's bad. It's very bad, because now you can't hit him. Yeah, 2-handed weapons, as you can see, are exceptionally slow in this game. But actually, 2-handed weapons in this game are actually really good for one specific thing that you'll see coming up in this next set piece. Two-handed weapons are really good in this game, and I wish this was something that translated over to Ishin, but it doesn't. Yes, I was going that way. So you can see that big sword on our back. We'll be using that coming up in the next fight, because there's going to be a lot of enemies in this next fight, and they're all going to gather up. Now, in the next fight, it's very, very important that we start picking up items. There's a very specific item that gets dropped in this next set piece. It's always guaranteed, which is nice. Very, very nice, actually, because usually these are rare. This one might be a problem. Oh, see, again, sometimes if you can get the fight spawn to see you quite late, fight spawns walk really slowly. You, however, are in the way. Really? I was ready to run backwards. Okay. Okay. Also, he's by a turtle. There are certain, like, there are turtles in this game you can flip over a part of the completion list. Or what is this game's consideration of completion? Weird. Also, hey Garlic Dread, hope you're doing well. So, for this fight, as I said, we're going to get out our two-handed sword, and we're going to start taking care of these enemies. Again, with the double hit instead of the triple. But everyone should gather together. Now, they're actually going to close off the path, and we can't open it up until we deal with the enemies. That's where the sword's going to come into play. God, I wish this was a thing in later Yakuza games. As long as everyone's together, using the double sword is actually really good. When everyone isn't together,
There's no tag, but I don't care. But, whoa, Seagull.
Beginning to hate that bit a lot. Most of thank you for the 50 bits, I appreciate it. Together, there we go. So it won't be in this group of enemies, it'll be in the next group of enemies. I don't want to knock them down, but I'm getting so many enemies around me that actually I don't need to knock them down for now. Those enemies. They will drop their gourds, and their gourds, one of them is the item we need in question. Thankfully, again, I did a little bit of kanji learning prior, in like 2 years ago, so I know what I'm after. Missed picking up the item. That's upsetting. It's really hard to move with the two-handed weapon. That is what I'm after. So, the thing that we are actually after is a silver plate. Those enemies are guaranteed to drop you a silver plate. That's a very slow lobby bit. So, we need money in this run. Now, here's the problem. The chain here acts as armor, like an armored enemy. Notice that our two-handed weapon breaks that armor almost instantly. Two-handed weapons in Kenzan break armored enemies almost instantly. They are very, very good. It's something I really wish was a part of Ishin. Because Ishin is very similar in that it gives you two-handed weapons, but it doesn't do extra damage to armor. It is a massive shame that Ishin has other ways of dealing with armored enemies. And yet, put your weapon away, and you just begin the dash. It's really bizarre. This is how dashing works in Kenzan, folks. Now, we want to specifically go this pathway past all of the annoying archer enemies. Please don't. I want to go this way specifically for a reason. We have one barricade, which takes a little bit of time to break this one, but on the other side... Actually, thank you for interrupting my animation, I appreciate that. On the other side, there's a club. This is obviously a two-handed weapon. It has, I believe, less normal damage than the two-handed sword. More importantly, it does more damage to armor. There's like more piercing damage or something. I can't remember what it's classified as in this game. But it breaks armor better than the two-handed sword. So we just got that two-handed sword, but we're going to lose it very, very soon. So this part here, stay away from the left-hand side because you can just jump off and fall all the way down. We want to avoid all these flaming boulders, which they're a little randomized in their direction. When you're playing this casually, also if you run into them, it's fine. They also disappear. I don't want to take too much HP damage, but you can break the chains like on the side of each of like the bits here to stop them from... these physics? How did the boulder roll uphill? How did the boulder roll uphill? Never seen that before. Alright. This fight sucks. This fight is hard. So, Majima's back. This fight, we need to be very careful. He's also loud. Sorry, I forgot how loud he is. Sorry, folks. We need to keep him away from certain parts of the room to stop him from using a certain QTE. That's bad. Head up. It's fine. I want to keep him away from these walls, which is bad. Hands murder. This is really bad. Nice dodge. Oh, nice dodge. This sucks. Wait for him to get... Actually, no, I'm stabbed. Oh, wow. That was almost really bad. Almost really bad. I got more hit points, but I'm still in critical HP. That was a bad fight. How did the boulder go up? How did the boulder go up? Don't understand. Don't understand. Anyway, here's the nice thing about finishing this set piece. It's time to unlock the fast travel. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. That face is so good. Everyone loves the Dead Souls Majima face, but the Kenzan Majima face is so good as well. What's up, you doing well, Ryu? So, yeah, this is us unlocking the Palanquins for fast travel. Thankfully, he just runs away. We're just like, hey, you remember Majima? Yeah, we beat him up. And as thanks, they give us a free travel to the bottom part of the city. Or the top part, even. That's even better, because now we just run. And we just go and end the chapter. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. I definitely think... I think a lot of this time save that I've got so far is down to the SSD, but I don't think it's as good as it is in Dead Souls. The interesting one will be OG 1 and 2. Because if it does indeed soft lock taxis, that's going to be a problem. And I've had the game, like, hard lock on me a couple of times, just normally. Because the hard lock that Tap gets in, like, Chapter 7, I've got it in Chapter 4. Like, multiple times. That was on hard drive. So, I'm scared. I'm very, very fucking scared of that, like, actual hard lock. Like, very scared. Anyway, that's the end of the chapter. Should be saving a couple of, like, minutes here. This is actually one of the chapters that I had time save in my PB, I'm fairly certain, because my Majima fight there was bad as well. Fairly certain that this is the one I was thinking of, and there's one later on, which is... It's either Chapter 7 or Chapter 8, too. Also, there's a fake... Tell me if you heard this one. There's a fake Miyamoto Musashi going. Who would have guessed? Because I think there is. I'm fairly certain they reused this plot point. Yeah, there's my gold look. So, I can save a bunch more time as well. But as I said, I knew my PB had a really bad split early on, and that's the one. As I said, I'm not good at this game. I'm not good at this run. I like this run, and I like pulling this run out, because it's good fun. That's kind of been the same. That's kind of been the same for me with OG2. Like, OG2 is hard, and it's getting to the point where it's like really hard to like save time, but I really like it. Like, there are certain runs that I'm not good at, but I just like pulling out just to have fun with. Zero is going to be one of those again, because it's been so long since I've done actual Zero runs, and K1 as well. When I learned properly how to do K1's run, I never learned it properly. When I learn how to do both of those properly, it's going to be fun. K2 is going to be hard. K2 is going to be very hard. Theoretically, I should be able to PB like with before with the new weapon route, because I learned the new weapon route, and then now there's an even better weapon route. Very glad to see Crowbar's good. Very glad to see Crowbar's good. I can look at some of my older runs and say, hey, I knew ahead of time. Wink. I did not. So, before we go to the story, we're going to go sell that silver plate to Ebisu. do fake Shinji dirty like that. It's true. Fake Shinji. But yeah, certain runs I'll be able to hopefully pick up and, like, actually, like, do quite well at, hopefully. But there are going to be some that are hard, like K2. K2 is going to be very hard. No, that's buy, idiot. That's the other buy option. You know what the fucking kanji for purchase is? The first one in that bloody line there. Idiot. Where's my silver plate? So we got 26,000 mon at this point. Very important. Very, very important. Again, we're going to need a whole bunch of money. Not for story stuff. Unironically, not for story stuff. It's all for a weapon. And it's not to buy the weapon. It's to use the weapon. Money sword in this game is strong. It is very, very strong. That requires, you know, money. Downside of doing runs on PS3 is that it hurts because I have to look this way and then... my neck. If we do Lollipop Chainsaw and Shadows of the Damned, my neck is gonna kill me by the time we get around to Thursday.
Kenzan, loving this game lately, but I hear there are baseball bats in here somewhere.
Kind of? Kind of? Oh, I wasn't supposed to equip the club until this chapter? Oh yeah, because I guess, yeah, I haven't, yeah, have I? Yeah, that's fine. Because we don't use it in any fights after we pick it up. We don't have anything to... That makes sense. There's baseball in this game. Kind of. I look forward to fighting this guy, mob. Because he is supposed to be the final person that Musashi kind of fights. But, oh. Okay, we're going that way. Right. So yeah, now the Palanquins are available, so now we can use fast travel. So, we're going to get a couple of things on our minimap. We actually have to go and do some training with this random dojo guy first. So we're going to learn as well at some point soon that the police are roaming around. We want to avoid the police. Once again, fuck the police. But we go over here and we're going to learn a better guard break than the one we've got. It's actually... we need to use this a lot in certain fights coming up. Yeah, thank you very much for the 15 months playing like us. I hope you're doing well. I really like this run. Like, again, it's like... It's just a really, like, chill run to out. Really nice. I wish I was better at it. I genuinely do. I don't think I'm that good at any Yakuza run these days outside of LAD. Maybe Dead Souls. I don't think I'm good at Fist of the North Star, but I don't think anyone else wants to, like, do Fist of the North Star, which... Understandable. That early. Like that early. It kind of... Fist of the North Star has the kind of the same problem that I have with this game, in that I wish the city actually had some fast travel in it. This part of the city does, which is nice. But I wish the top part of the city actually had fast travel. Anyway, Doggo follows us because he's a good dog. How are my doggos doing? My doggo is currently having holiday. It's probably going to be the last holiday she ever gets, unfortunately. She is unfortunately starting to show real signs of her age. Oh yeah, we have to do... So this guy's going to tell us about the police. So now the police are roaming around. We're just going to tell him no. And then we're also going to tell him no again. Yeah, like, if you consider this is their first game on PS3, this game is a looker. This game's gorgeous. Genuinely so. Honestly, I really like the look of this game. Like, color-wise and vibrancy-wise and art style-wise, it's really good. If you consider this is also still sub-resolution on PS3, upscaled to 1080p, it really doesn't look that bad. Really doesn't. Do I have to go to the mansion? I have to go to this. Because there's one of these moments in these chapters where the mansion is actually not... This is the one that I... Let me go to the dojo. If I go and speak to them at the dojo? Yeah, we get access to this new area. Again, we get a lot of different areas in Kenzan. For a spin-off game, this game gives you a whole bunch of different areas. Actually, really nice. I don't think we do the dojo stuff just... Okay. Red spawns, because there are some around here. Actually. Nice. Kenzan over 3. I personally feel the same? Okay, so I don't speak to this. Yeah, it's later. Cool. This one. This one. We need to go to the other area, and this is where we start that one specific sub-story, or the run's over. So, this guy. This guy. So this guy has a sword. I'm gonna speak to him about it, and this guy's gonna turn up. I believe this guy says that this guy's sword is an absolute fake and that we shouldn't get it. But by starting and doing this sub-story, this unlocks the sub-story for the money sword. I think most of your different swords are locked behind the sub-story. Again, I might be wrong. Usually I level up here. That's interesting. Very close to it. This area has a couple of really awkward fight spawns. Not too happy about this. Oh, yeah, we have to go get the dangos. Like, 2 times we have to go buy dangos in this run, and this is the first one. You want to be very careful because there's a fight spawn that can happen right here. And we'd like to pan. No fight spawn yet, huh? That guy ahead of us is a fight spawn. Probably gonna move here. Very lucky. There's a fight spawn. Fine, so he went. Fight spawn right in the middle of the pathway coming up. Turn right and we should be good. Golden. Good lad. Good lad. Do like it when fight spawns actually cooperate sometimes. I'm fairly certain my PB I got a fight spawn around here somewhere. And we just go down. Perfect. Like, even these, like, little side areas are really nice as well. Like, look at the colors. The colors are so nice. It's just typical Sega. Oh, I would like dango. These dango. That's not a dango. That's a dango. Do-do-do-do-do. I think this is quicker and closer than the taxi spot. So we have to run through the city. There are fight spawns that can occur here again. Still, just be careful when you come back through here. Just be careful. It is that group of people up ahead. This is a sub-story. One that we need to do. This gets us the money sword. This gets us the sword. So we'll be coming out and finishing this one off in a second. It's gonna move ahead of us here. One down there. We don't have to do that now, and we have to run back to the city afterwards, so we're waiting until we're done. Yes, fights are really, really nice to dodge. There's a couple that are awkwardly placed, but as you've probably already noticed, most of the fight spawns, or most of the fight spawns that see you, there's a little bit of a delay. Second option? Yeah. There's a little bit of a delay in them starting to go after you. So actually, you're able to get past most of them. It's really nice. Like, a lot of them look like they're in, like, a really awkward position, but they're not, actually. So this is the training I mentioned earlier. There's a certain way you want to do all of this. I've forgotten what that method is. Because you see the cross on the floor here? There's gonna be some obstacles coming up. As long as we can go fast enough, we can avoid some of those obstacles. right. Yeah. Wait. This guy. First, top. Left. Spears. This one first. And right. That one does turn up. Yep. Now I remember that. That's the tricky one. That's the one that always pops up early. Let me just take him out from this direction. Cool. Not bad. And then we wait. Cool. Okay. Not too bad. Hey, GK. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still mad at myself for that Ragey 4 masochist slip. Very mad at myself. I know it's not that big of a deal, but I'm mad at myself. So. Wait. I'm still mad at myself. Thank you again for helping out on comms, both you and Tom. I genuinely don't think either the GDQ run or the RPG Limit Break run would have been as good without you. Or Tom, honestly. Honey sword and then... Right, so. Finish this sub-story. Yeah, honestly, like, everything else went really well outside of Ragey 2, Ragey 4, and probably Majima Saijima. The actual run itself, I think, was really good. I actually think that run was probably better than the GDQ one, honestly. I don't want double sword. Sometimes Masashi gets out double sword, but we don't want double sword. I got my 4-hit combo. Yeah, let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm after! Yo, Raptor, 35, thank you for the 18 months, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm happy with how the run went, honestly. It's one of those things where that run can go so horribly wrong. I was so worried about, like, Majima Saijima went half well, half badly. The early Majima Saijima was not ideal. It would help if I equipped, you know, actual weapons. There we go. The top part was for dual swording. The actual Majima Saijima fight, when I got the early Majima Saijima spawn, the reason why that's okay is because in the 7 superpower ring, if you're gonna get hit by Majima, you're dead anyway. So the RPG Limit Break run had the early Majima Saijima as if we were doing 7 superpower, but we obviously weren't. So we needed Majima Saijima to not attack us, and thankfully they didn't. But then they did murder after that. So. Yeah, I think I could have... Reiki 2 scared the shit out of me. I think I could have got away without reviving in that fight, but I was very worried. On the ground. Pick the guard. I was trying to get the heavy. That's not too bad. That's an okay fight. Could be better. Oh, Metza, thank you very much for the raid. What are you up to tonight? Hope you had a good stream. This is our first run of Kenzan on an SSD, by the way. So, we're seeing how much faster it is. Most of this time save actually isn't due to the SSD. Most of it is down to me actually playing a little better. But there is a fair... I would say all the golds you see are definitely down to the SSD. Absolutely. I would say so. Because I haven't done this run in so long, and there's a lot of rust that I'm doing at the moment. Very certain this is the chapter where I had minutes of time save. Fun fact about this fight, we're just going to attack. As long as we can get him in the corner, we can just keep attacking him. Or you were just going to do that, that sucks. Get in the corner. And the please. Right, because he does that. You are actually being a pain today. Really? I've not had that man be that much of a pain since my PB, probably, actually. So we're going to save a couple of minutes here, but that's because, again, My PB was not that good. Ragdolls. God, I love Kenzan's ragdolls so much. Okay, so this is the point where we've equipped the money sword. So this is the point where now every attack that we're hit with matters. And it matters greatly. We need to not miss attacks, and we also need the enemy to not guard attacks. So, some of these fights, you see I'm already losing time here against my gold, so... Oh yeah, I told you this was a legit time save coming up here. Actual legit Kenzan time save. Not just SSD shenanigans. Okay, so... This fight is a little rough. First phase is fine, second phase is not fine. Sure I get the right stealth section, because I don't remember the right stealth section. I'm worried. Okay. So we're gonna go and fight Ito. He has multiple phases, actually. This man has multiple phases. He actually... This man thought. All the money we've been building up now goes to the run. See, I'm going purple. That's because of the sword. I now do damage. Probably shouldn't knock him to the ground, but I am going to, so I can get 3 hits if his down up. Now rise, Ito! We fight again! Bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. Please stop guarding. I need to actually punish his... Yeah, this is bad. I need to stop. Yeah. Come on. Hit me. Come on. That's the move you punish. Oh my god. That's the move you punish. You want to punish that move so that you don't get blocks. Come on. You want to wait and you want to punish. Half that's the loads? I'm not necessarily sure. I know my PB was kind of bad. So I know part of this is down to the SSD and part of it is down to me playing better at least. Bad fight. Bad fight. Being faster on SSD, it's because you can install part of the game to the SSD, or to the hard drive, I should say. But stuff like Yakuza Dead Souls, which we finally finished a run of today, that saves about 20 minutes. Because the Yakuza Dead Souls you can buy digitally. This game we can't buy digitally, but it still has the install to HDD option, which is obviously what we've done. So... Okay. But now we run back. But that's not a great fight in terms of trying to salvage some money. Because again, our money is very important in this run, and so far, bad fight. Money gets exceptionally tight. If money starts to run out, we just go back to the next katana. We don't want to do that. And there's Rabbit Fish giving an actual good technological breakdown as to why. I'm just like, it's because it's faster, innit? It's because I can put it on the thing. Yeah, I mean, like, most games these days just install to your console anyway. So, like, most games on, like, PS4, PS5, there are, like, slight differences, but there's not as much as, like, you know, 20 minutes of... So put it this way. For Yakuza Dead Souls, like, going from physical disc to digital, you save 15 minutes. From going from hard drive to SSD, you save another 20 minutes. This guy's a... I like his positioning, but it should be fine. Right here. Left. I'm fairly certain in my PB I got into a fight spawn here. Well. Good. You go that way. I'm going this way. Right. I'm just gonna do this. Yep. That's what I wanted to do in the first place. That's why I ran backwards. Again, your movement is a little bit more tank-like in Kenzan, so you have to be a little careful with your movement. It's not as... No. Oh. I didn't mean to go this way. It's not as smooth as it is in something like the 3, 4, and 5 that's on PS3. There's like you have a little bit of a turning circle, I guess is the best way to describe it. You have to be very careful not to, you know, turn into enemies. Speaking of, there's one on the right. But the Palanquins are locked for this bit. You leave. I'm going this way. Okay. So this is the stealth section. Oh, baby. I think this is it, right? See? Right? I have to go back the other way. This is the point where I keep forgetting to go back the other way. Oh. It's not the stealth section yet, by the way. That's coming up. That's coming up after this bit. The stealth section, I believe it's go down to the left there. I believe. I hope so. Really hope so. If I get the wrong way, I'm not going to be able to do the stealth section, because you have to be very precise with the direction you go in. Fairly certain it's that way. It's like a left, a right, a left, and then a right, obviously, the last bit. Fairly certain. It's actually Chapter 9 that I'm worried about in terms of getting lost. We should be about halfway through the run at this point. Perhaps notes for the last enemy of this bloody chapter. Alright, there's the burning building set piece, which I'm facing. I did something wrong. Hey, here's Haruka. Have to go back home and then stealth section. It's already midnight, folks. How you're doing on this wonderful midnight? Also, I think if we do... Okay, so we're probably over the next 2 days going to do the charity reward of doing the entirety of Shadows of the Damned and Lollipop Chainsaw. Otherwise, we're going to run out of time to do them this week, because, again, on the 28th is my partner anniversary, so I'm going to run out of time to do something this week. Hurry up. So, we'll probably do one of Shadows of the Damned or Lollipop Chainsaw fully tomorrow. Did I go the wrong way? Koetsu Mansion. This is the bit that I was trying to remember and I forgot. I keep doing that. It's this bit. It's always this bit. Always this bit. Around 5 minutes. I reckon you're probably right. Because definitely a lot of these golds so far have definitely been due to the SSD. The green time saves of the previous 2 chapters, those I lost time playing badly, but I also saved time because in my PB I played them terribly. But there's definitely SSD shenanigans in there somewhere. It's definitely not as pronounced as Dead Souls, which is honestly a good thing. I don't like the fact that, you know, it's now meta to put an SSD in our PS3. It was always going to happen at some point, but I kind of liked having, you know, a hard drive level playing field, if that makes sense. It sounds stupid. Like, I don't know. I kind of liked everyone having a hard drive. You know? Not having to go out and upgrade their setup just to be, you know, competitive, etc. It's just, it was kind of like this quiet, like, agreement that everybody had, but it was going to happen at some point. It's going to happen at some point. And again, my hard drive only cost me 10 quid, so I'm not too fussed about the cost. On the other hand, it's nice not spending 20 minutes longer in Dead Souls. Correct. Correct. 1 or 2 loads vary by minute between runners. Yeah, I'm assuming that because I was originally on fat PS2 with stock hard drive, I assume that I was just at a massive disadvantage no matter what the game was. Which happens. Happens. My PC, my actual, like, game PC isn't that great, but at the same time, I get a massive advantage in K2. Really, really stupid. Speedrunning, stupid. In an ideal world, we just have a level playing field for everything. Ideal world, we can have a load removal. Around OGs on fat PS3 with still card drive? Wow. Video games. Do we still get a benefit from running the opening movies early for this game? This really is a cursed console. I think Sony speedrunning in general is quite cursed. Not in like a bad way. But like there's a very in the speedrun scene, there's a very big document out there of load times for the original Ape Escape on different models of PS1, different models of PS2 because of backwards compatibility, different models of PSP because of the PS1 Classic version, and different models of PS Vita and PS TV because also of the PS1 Classic version. So there's a lot of just really cursed things to do, like speedrunning, trying to find like the fastest version. Again, we were having a conversation earlier. If you want to run the original Final Fantasy VII, like, as fast as possible, you need a very specific model of PS2, where you also need a very specific game version of Final Fantasy VII. It's bizarre. It's very bizarre, but unfortunately, speedrunning sucks like that. And it's always been like that, because if you think about PAL and NTSC back in the day, PAL was terrible. I might be talking to people who have never even heard of PAL versus NTSC. Basically, back in the day, Sonic the Hedgehog ran 10 frames slower in Europe. It was like it was slowed down. Actually, I don't know if it was 10 frames, but it was definitely 10 hertz slower, so I think it was 10 frames slower. It ran slower than the NTSC version. Like, we're talking OG Mega Drive, and there's been, like, obviously other versions. But whenever you hear Sonic fans very upset that the original Sonic the Hedgehog is the PAL version, it's because it's literally running slower. Like, I can't believe, like, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. We don't have to deal with PAL versus NTSC anymore. Like, God, back in the day. I'm old. That's the thing that's made me go, you know what? Back home and then stealth section. So speedrunning's always been awkward in terms of like making like things a level even playing field, and that's why I do like load removers for PC runs, because it makes it, whilst load removers never make anything, you know, 100% fair, it makes it a lot more fair than running real time. A lot more fair. I use this example quite a lot. With Devil May Cry 5, I obviously did Devil May Cry 5 runs for the boards for a little while. We had this one really weird issue where one person came in with like I kid you not, something like a $5,000 to $6,000 PC at one point. Their game loaded faster just because, you know, their PC was way better. And like, literally, it was so stupid. They also angered like the majority of the community. I forgot to They angered the majority of the community by just saying, just buy a better PC. They were speaking to literal students at the time, so good job on making everyone angry at that point. But literally, this is the person I talked about earlier, who said their run that isn't run with a load remover and real time has been broken, like just in the run itself at this point. In their YouTube video, in brackets, they have true world record because they think that the load remover is cheating. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. The load removers make things a lot more fair. They don't make things like 100%, you know, level playing field, but they make things so much fairer. So much fairer. So I went the right way in the stealth section, so I'm happy. I was hoping I'd go the right way, because I completely forgot which way to go. Completely on goddamn instinct, and we got there. Sounds like an ass. Yeah, I'm fairly certain they were a teenage kid. Which, you know, most teenage kids who are doing speedrunning tend to get cockiness. Especially when, you know, they did get, at the time, a rightful world record. Like, at the time it was rightful. We actually had people, because of how fast, like, the actual run was, we had people, even myself at first, like, actually think, wait a minute, this seems not legit. But no, it was. It was a legit world record. And thankfully, it also motivated everyone to push themselves to be better at the run. Did I kill you first? Yes, I do. So look at the extra damage we do to these enemies with the money sword. It's so much more damage. As you can see, it's draining my money. Ow. Alright, I've got to make sure I don't walk the wrong way here. I mean a double dodge, but hey, at least I didn't get hit there. That's the important thing. Do you pay to win? Yeah, exactly. There are some... Oh, I forgot I didn't have a net weapon. There are some... There are some games that are pay-to-win speedrun-wise. DMC5 was one of them. DMC5 was absolutely one of them, I'm afraid. Wait, which way do I go? Oh, sugar. This way? Yeah, this way. Should have put my weapon away, but I got completely lost on where to go. No, it's not this way, you idiot. It was the other way. You had half of it right, and then you got it wrong at the end. Oh. Oh yeah, this sword is pay to win, literally. We use money to go fast. Is the actual way out? What? Yes. Wrong way again. I keep forgetting the way to go here. If I've gone the wrong way here, I'm absolutely going the wrong way in field. I just hope I hit this guy with that. Terrible. I can't believe I went the wrong way. Yeah, don't go there. Go there. Stairs. Stairs. This area is weird as well, if I remember rightly, because I thought it was straightforward. It's not. It's like through this direction, and then direction, and that. Then straight, I believe. After this room, don't go south, because we have to save someone if we go south. I'll grab the healing item just in case. I'm a little worried. I've been taking too much damage this run. So right here, question mark. Make sure you do QTEs. Fairly certain it's to the right. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, is it not? Oh, I've gone the wrong way. Oh my god, really? I really need to relearn where the actual route is here, because that is definitely the wrong way. Here it is, yeah. Alright, so for this fight, you struggle to see it a little bit. If you look at the bottom of the HP bar, you'll see a very big, thin, long line. This guy has armor, as you can probably guess. We're going to try and keep him away from the pole that's in front of us. He also has a club as well. Ow. If we can keep him away from a certain area here, we don't get a QT. Oh, I messed it up. And then if we can now get him with the sword, we can just completely take care of him. You can avoid that QT. Or what? Sir? Pixel HP. I'm gonna lose time in this chapter just to getting lost, which is fine. Because we're not done yet. We gotta go down here. And also not putting my sword away to dash at the right times. Everyone. Yeah, and loader movers aren't always fully fair, because sometimes loads work differently on different setups, but it's a lot fairer than running RTA for someone like me that doesn't lose a minute during K2's run because my PC doesn't crash halfway through it. Or my game doesn't crash halfway through it, not These guys are annoying, but actually, apart from me hitting the fire a couple of times, they didn't interrupt me, which is nice. Yeah, losing a bunch of time here. chapter I get lost in? No! This is the arena one. Right. It's the one before the one I get. Right. Stuff isn't changing. Like, yeah, that's why the Lost Judgment loader movie needs a little bit of work on it. But we're actually, I think Tap was looking into doing the leaderboards for 3, 4, and 5 for their load removers, because we've gone through a lot of testing for them. Because 5's load remover initially discounted the title cards that kept happening, but the people who have worked on the load removers, which I believe is PLA, Streetback Guy, and I believe Hoxie for the Game Pass versions, they've done a whole bunch of work on making those like the same load removers like we've got in the other runs. Because the older games and like trying to find the addresses, I have heard horror stuff about that. I'm not smart enough to do load removal myself. I'm very glad there are others in the community who are smart enough to be able to do them, because that is far beyond my area of expertise. I am happy to test them. I'm happy to test them as thoroughly as possible, but I can't make them. That's why we get the... No, the Dango's later. Dango's later, not... Dango is later. We gotta go get more Dangos later. Boom. Taxi. And off we go. See, like, taxis in this part of the map would be nice. If you had one at the top here and the house at the bottom, you'd actually save a bunch of time. As I said, we run back and forth in it quite a bunch. It is nice to see the city. I like this place. Very vibrant. We're on Chapter 9. We're coming up towards the end game. We're also coming up to the one fight spawn that usually is a guaranteed spawn that is always in the way. There's a very, very nasty fight spawn like that coming up. Good old bridge guy. Old bridge guy. Quetsu Mansion, I believe. Go. This one should just be walk. Actually, I wonder if this would be fast as a taxi. But money is a problem after messing up the Ito fight earlier, so I'm just going to walk this one. I do wonder whether on an SSD loading the other area would be faster. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close, actually. This one's just awkward, because it's right in the middle of this map with no taxi spot around. I like the fight spawns in this game, just giving you so much time to run past them. Ow. That one right in the way. Going left, I should fly to the right. Also like them being very, very slow to move towards us as well. Kinda hoping he would walk away, not walk towards me. Go back. It's the... Oh, right, it's the loud guy with the stick. What about that guy? And we get baseball. We get actual baseball. There's that fight spawn. That was very lucky it was walking away from me. Okay. Same one as before. I'm guessing the fight spawns don't despawn and respawn here, because it's exactly the same ones as before. That's actually kind of nice to know. It's actually kind of really nice to know. Because you know which ones there's going to be there. And back home. Cool. Too early. I do that at least once every single one. Every single run. Could be this way. Hey Murby, I hope you're doing well. Could be this way. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing for the rest of this week. At the end of this week wasn't. So I think we'll definitely do one of Shadows of the Dam / Lollipop Chainsaw in full tomorrow. I'm gonna try and wake up early to do it. I don't know which one. I might put the poll on Twitter and see what folks think. Be very surprised if Lollipop Chainsaw doesn't DMCA my channel. Not looking forward to that. Definitely DMCA me if I uploaded it to YouTube. I've heard that on Twitch, Lollipop Chainsaw doesn't DMCA you, which is nice, but that's a very big surprise considering how much licensed music is in that game. They are charity rewards, so I would like to do them this week. Obviously, Dead Souls difficulty. That might get pushed to next week alongside Judge Ass. Judge Ass, I'm almost there. I'm just trying to figure out the best route for stuff. Basically, the boyfriend is the pain in the ass. I need to figure out when to do the boyfriend. Or the boyfriend, the brother of the girlfriend, that's it. Judgment should have one. Judge what? Judge Ass. Judge Ass. It's what we call the All Sub Stories runs for any of the games in this series. Judge Ass. We are judging ass. Like, I owe Fist of the North Star ass at some point, which we like to call Fist Ass. God. That video game. That video game. So that's the area we're going to. That's a new area. It's to the south, so we gotta go to the taxi. Thankfully, we have the taxi over there. Snap back when I said Judge Ass, yeah. Yeah, we got Judge Ass, we got Fist Ass, we've got Kiwami Ass. Kiwami means extreme. God. We really need better naming conventions. It works. Oh, cool. Wait. Oh. Zero Ass. That's me, baby. I wouldn't mind doing Zero All Sub Stories at some point, actually. I think it could be a good fun run. I think a lot of the All Sub Stories actually should be quite fun. I'd want to do K1 Ass just to fight Amon. Because Amon in K1 is one of my favorite Amons. Speak to this guy. Hey, old guy. Volume warning for this guy. He's loud. Ass of the end. I like that. The notes for this guy is fight him. For some reason, anyone that has a pole like this is really fucking loud. Also, he hits me in the dick. Bad fight. Bad fight. I don't know why that guy is so loud, but anyone that has a pole like that, and spoilers, he's coming back again in this fucking chapter, is very fucking loud. Actually, casually, fair enough. Have a good day playing like ass. I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know why this guy is so fucking loud. It's just a stick. Yeah, so, okay, so the big difference between Zero Ass and K2 Ass is the cabaret. There's obviously other differences, but the thing is, with Zero's cabaret, you can only interact with every cabaret girl once per round, whereas with K2, you can interact with multiple of them. So, I think we theorize that K2's all sub-stories... Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, here's baseball. Much like any good Yakuza game. What's the music? Much like any good, like, Yakuza sub-story, it can be skipped. Option? No, top option. So... trying to say. The cabaret in K2, I'm fairly certain you have to do a minimum of 13 times. With Zero, you have to do it a minimum of 36 times. Now, at some point, you are going to be finished with the actual, like, cabaret, so you won't want to interact with it to push the timer up at all. Fight. Fight. So yeah, Zero's Cabaret takes a lot longer than K2's, just because K2 allows you to interact with multiple hostesses in between rounds. Oh yeah, is this guy loud with the stick? I can't remember. One of these guys is loud. I don't think it's this guy. I think it's this guy. No. What? How did that... Also, shoutouts to the crowd being better rendered in this game than the one in Zero's Coliseum. I still don't know why that one cutscene in Zero focuses on the 2D crowd, but it does. I don't understand why. Stop being loud! The fuck? Stop hitting me as well! Stab. Nice. Good fight, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that was that good, but apparently gonna save sometimes, so it's fine. Ah, yes. Here we go. It's time to get lost. Nice. Alright, so there's a set piece coming up that's a literal maze. There is a set pathway through it. Apparently, Tap's map no longer loads. I don't remember the route to go. Nice. Nice. This is not going to go well. You'll see exactly why I'm calling it a maze as well in a second, because it's a field of... and it's all goddamn maze. Hey, Marami's back. Man's alive. So are we. I hate this set piece. I hate this set piece with an absolute passion because I just get lost. It's not actually that bad of a set piece, but I just keep getting lost. Also, for some reason that cutscene takes forever, but a skip, even on hard drive. Like hard drive and SSD. That's time save. Fairly certain that time save is again due to the SSD. I didn't play that chapter too great. Hey, Memecast, I hope you're doing well. Okay, so, go home. Good notes. Good notes. Will do. Fairly certain we taxi here. Notes don't say to taxi. I'm fairly certain we taxi here. Goodbye, old man with stick that's bloody loud. Nice to meet you for all of 2 minutes. Job done, I guess. But yeah, this chapter is just frustrating for a couple of reasons. You've got obviously the maze set piece, you've got the one fight spawn that usually spawns in that is the most infuriating fight spawn in the world. I think this is just Hammer X for this taxi. I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today. This is probably the day that I felt most like myself in a long time, despite the fact that I didn't get that much sleep again. I love listening to the rain, but I don't like waking up to the rain. There's been a couple of thunderstorms around the UK recently. We got a really nasty rainstorm whilst I was asleep yesterday. Go home. Now, front door. Front door. Okay, so for Switch speedrunning, this is not a be-all, end-all. There are going to be differences. For Switch speedrunning, digital is usually fastest, unless you have games where Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Remake, Metroid Dread, there are better strategies on the earlier versions, at which point physical. For the most part, you want digital. Most of the lesser known runs, like Live Alive, I think digital is faster. I don't know what the... Yeah, as Snacky says, that's usually if that's usually the way that things go. But there are some very, 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 very minor exceptions. I think for Triangle Strategy and Live Alive, you are okay with it. I don't remember, because I was actually thinking about Live Alive speedrun yesterday, because I really want to go back to that. I really want to go back to that, because I never actually did. So, I want to go back to that at some point. I don't remember how the patches changed the game. I'd also like at some point for Live Lives to get ported to PC, because I think it would do well on PC. You know, if you don't release it randomly on a Tuesday, 2 days before Persona 5 comes out. I'm not bitter. Stop sending Neo Twei to die, Square. You know what hurts? Neo Twei on Steam had as a highest concurrent user rating, or like concurrent users on Steam, 220. I was one of them. That hurts a lot. That hurts so fucking much. Can I go to the mansion? May have just missed the taxi point. Right? Yeah, I did miss it. What? It's always this chapter. It's always this chapter. At least I looked on my map now, so I can just taxi back. It's fine. This is it. This is the bit, isn't it? This is where I'm gonna get lost. This is where I'm gonna get very lost. I hate this bit. Actually, they did do a marketing video for it on Twitter, like a day later. Which, again, the same day Persona 5 came out. And that's the problem, is, once again, they might just say, you know, oh, well, game flopped. Don't say. I wonder why it flopped on its original release. I also wonder why it flopped on its second release. And technically third release as well. I really think, like, because they obviously got paid well by Epic to have it EGS exclusive, but I bet you if it was on Steam and Epic at the time when the PC port first came out, it would have done way better. Like, at the time when the EGS port came out, there wasn't that much around it, but god damn, releasing it a day before P5R with no marketing, just shadow dropping it. It makes me so sad. I love that game. Love that game to bits. Again, as I've said many times, if anyone manages to make a cutscene remover for a fresh file, because you can speed through cutscenes in New Plus, if anyone makes a cutscene remover for, like, the any % for just a fresh file, I will 100% speedrun that game. 100%. I love that game. I'm not interested in the New Game Plus run, I'm interested in the any %, but I'm also not interested in button mashing for literally 8.5 hours. Well, P5 on Steam is actually doing very well. P5R on Steam, with concurrent users, is now, I think it was in the top 7 when I last checked yesterday, and it is doing way better than Persona 4, which released at a budget price. So remember, I mean, I agree, I don't think P5R should have released on Steam at full price, but this should prove why Atlus wanted to release it at full price. It was one of those things that everyone knew it would sell. If it came out on Steam, it would sell absolute shit tons. And it did. Do I think it should have been full price? No. But do I blame them for that hustle? No. They did it. Did it. Absolutely did it, and it worked. Okay, good. So this is the bit. This is the bit where I'm gonna get lost. Well, here's the thing. Sega's releases on PC are actually usually, if they're not day and date, they're actually usually priced really well. Remember that every Yakuza port that came out late was actually... take a look at Judgment. Judgment is more recent. Judgment is actually very recent. Look at Judgment and Lost Judgment. Judgment is a lower price than Lost Judgment because Lost Judgment is newer. You can argue that Lost Judgment may still be a little expensive. Fair enough. But OG Judgment is released... Go left. Yeah. I gotta focus on where I am, because this is the bit where I always get lost. I want... Yeah. This is where I want to go. Sorry, I had to focus on just making sure I went to the right place here. Look at OG Judgment. OG Judgment is a lower price, which, you know, it's a very much older game, even though it got remastered. I fully agree with that, because the remaster, when it came out as well, was a lower price, even on, like, next-gen console. Lost Judgment is full price, which, it's newer. I do think it should be about $10, £10 lower, yes. But I do like the fact that if you get the bundle, you get Kaito files for... I do think that's actually a good kind of middle ground of, oh, hey, here's, you know, Lost Judgment late at full price, but that should be fine if I right angle. I do like the fact that you at least can get the DLC for free, which, again, as many of us have said, myself included, Kaito Files is probably well, it's not a hard bar to raise. It is the best DLC that RGG have ever done, and in terms of stories, it's actually really good as well. I think Kaito Files is a good addition. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's not hard to beat their DLC track record from stuff like K2 and LAD with, you know, jobs, costumes. Oh, fucking god. Ah, oh, fuck. I thought I had a bit more walking first. Hold on, I gotta concentrate, folks. Fuck, this is bad. I gotta concentrate on this fight. I've also got to concentrate on where I'm going after this fight. Oh yeah, you must not let this guy run away. This guy runs away, you'll never see him again. This guy literally runs at like 100 miles an hour. He's doing it, he's got his aura on. No! I don't want to lose my hits to those blocks, but I don't want to let him run away. Shinji, you must not run away. Ha! His name's not Shinji. Referencing the Evangelion. Anyway, fuck this bit. I'm about to get lost, folks. Let me concentrate. So, this next part is a maze. We have to get to a certain point of the map, which you'll see in a second here, because the game's going to focus on it. That's just that guy in OG2, yep. So you'll see the game's going to focus in a second on the 40 gate in the background. We have to get there, which looks simple enough. Just follow the gate when you're going through the transitions, right? Wrong. One of them is made to set you up, and if you go the wrong way in this maze, you can get looped back to the beginning. I hate this place, because there's always one screen I go the wrong way on. The first screen, I remember you follow the gate, so this way. I think it's the second screen I always get lost on, so I've got to go, I believe. Where the gate is, this way. I think it's this way. Then we follow the... That's looking good. I might have been the next one. No, it's this one. It's this one. I did it right. I did it right. Oh my god, I went the right way. Oh my god. Also, the guy sheathing his sword, both of them, they're the most annoying enemies in this game. By far. I actually went the right way. Holy shit. Stop hitting me, please. They're not even the bosses of this area. They just really suck. So I can't run through, can I? No, you have to kill them first. As I said earlier, any enemies that sheath their sword, kill them. Kill them immediately. Sweet. Now for this guy. Hate you. So yeah, money is getting tight, as you can see. At this point, 1.3? A little less than I would like, but it's still around the good point I want. Not bad. Yo, RC Gamer, yo, hope you're doing well. Hope you've been doing good lately. Anyway, you're talking to yourself there. You must be looking in the window. You're the legend around here. Okay, so that's the last part of the map opening up, which we've got to go to right now. I cannot believe I went the right way first time. It's that second room. It's always the second room. Holy shit, I actually did it correctly. Alright, so now we have to run across the entirety of this map. I'm not even kidding. You literally have to, like, walk across the entire map. Now, enemies do spawn here, so you do have to be careful again. This one is annoying. I hit this one in my PB. Unless he doesn't spawn in. Yeah. Come on, buddy. You've got to get pulled back. He's way too close. This is a bit risky. Again, Kenzan's fight spawns take a second to actually register that you're there. Thank you, Kenzan. The scenic route. All the palanquins aren't working. Not fair. But yeah, you can go through the fields here to avoid fight spawns, which is nice. But yeah, we gotta walk across several screens of fight spawns. Again, thankfully, Kenzan's fight spawns are nice. I actually really like Kenzan's fight spawns. Like, here's the palanquin on the left, you can see that no one's here. You can get some food if you want. Cafe. But you see now, the Palanquins do work at in the rest of the game, they do work at midnight. That's the problem. That's a fight spawn. There's no one on the streets. This is a fight spawn. I'm absolutely avoiding. I guess there are people on the street. I know there are fight. Yeah, the guy on the right-hand side, he's a fight spawn. The nice thing about Kenzan's fight spawns as well is that you can actually easily tell which are the fight spawns, because usually after they stop moving, they'll just like, whoa, what's going on? I was about to make the bingo joke from Resi 4. Actually, after seeing footage of Resi 4 Remake, I have a lot of hope for that game. I think they are very fucking brave and very fucking stupid to remake an absolute beloved classic like Resi 4. But actually, I don't think it looks that bad. If they can just nail the gameplay, which it looks like they have, you know, take the Resi 2 remake team and, you know, do good stuff with it and, like, make it Resi 4, which it looks like they have, I think it's going to be pretty good. Like, it looks like the modernization that it needed. Do I think that every game needs a remake? God, no. Do I think that video games need better preservation? God, yes. But I think we all knew 4 Remake was going to come at some point when they needed money, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good. If we could get... I tell you what, this one's going to sound even worse than 4 Remake. I would love Resi 1 Remake in the style of Resi 2 to 4 Remake. I would love to go around the Spencer Mansion just, like in 3D like that. And have, like, Crimson Heads from the remake version. I think that would be really cool. Remake. Then, in 10 years' time, the Remakeception. First, though, Code Veronica. Code Veronica needs a lot of work. Okay, so most of the fight spawns are now gone. There is only pretty much 2 more fight spawns, one of which is very, very problematic. This next fight spawn, if it turns up, is the fight spawn that is the biggest problem in this entire run. These aren't the last 2 parts of the map, by the way. It looked like it was on the world map when we saw it, but it's not actually the last parts of the map. Are you there? Yes, you are. So, this guy on the bridge is the worst enemy spawn in this game. No way to run past him. What we need to do... hit him forward. Stops. We go while he's on the right. Good. That's the only way to get past this guy. Unless he's walking the other way. He is the only fight spawn in this game you cannot brute force your way past. So, that fight spawn sucks. Kenzan looks really good. Kenzan's scenery is awesome, and, like, this game is actually really colorful. Yeah, the knife parry, that's the thing that sold everyone on RE4 Remake. I'll tell you what, same. Same. Okay, so. This boss has multiple QTEs. You can skip all of them if you're lucky. It's hard to do that. We are going to try and keep him exactly where he is to stop him from doing any QTEs. The first one is he will summon backup. Usually you will see this one. That's fine. But it is avoidable. Very hard to do. Very, very hard to do. Never dual swords. Only single. Also back. Let's go. Hey, fight's not over, by the way. Let's go. Good fight. Full HP. Oh no. Except it's Kenzan. This is a way to finish a boss, folks. He is supposed to be our friend. Nice. Good fight. Very good fight. Very, very good fight. Proud of that one. Proud of this entire chapter. Didn't get lost in the wheat field. Got through all the boss without seeing any QTEs. Gonna save some good time. Hell yeah. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Okay, before we leave, there is a very important thing that we have to do. I wish I could do this in real life, but no one around here knows how to make them. We gotta buy a dango. Buy a dango again. Krauser knife fight be any different. I wonder, I still hope that you can beat Krauser with a knife in Remake, and I think that they know how important that is for anyone. So, I'd like to think that the Krauser knife fight will be there, and that you will be able to take care of Krauser with... Because they did confirm, like, apparently journalists have seen Krauser. So, Krauser is in the game. I like Louis' new look. I like Louis' new look. He looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. I have seen the Twitter movement. The Twitter movement yelling about the blatant censorship of Resident Evil 4 Remake and the, quotation marks, bastardization of a certain character in their design, covering up Ashley's greatest assets. Her ears. Yeah, you've all seen it. What the fuck? This is a Daigo Toe situation all over again. Like, what the fuck? What is happening? What is actually happening? Twitter, you need to stop. Twitter is bad. Why are people mad about the... I actually agree. Ashley's new design is really good. I'm upset that Ada's voice actress has changed, because I really liked Ada's voice actress in RE2. I thought she did a very good job. I'm gonna hold off, it's a very quick voice line taken in a trailer. It'll be a lot better when we get the actual game. It's some of these things when pick and chosen don't sound good. Oh yeah, for this guy, we gotta take him to, like, multiple places, by the way. So, we're gonna go and get tea with him here, because otherwise can't finish off all the side quests. We're doing these in a certain order. I don't like this fight spawn. Okay, it went the right way at least. The fuck? Ooh, yeah. This is why I like Kenzan's fight spawns. Thank you, Kenzan's fight spawns, for having a delay. Jesus Christ. Me doing stupid shit in this run again. Who would have guessed? But we want the bottom option. Oh, right. It's the... Right. It's this bit. Oh yeah, we can't use Paladin, can we? That's right, because we've got two people. Shit. Remember the last time when I said that there was one unavoidable fight in this game? I lied. I blatantly lied to you. There's two, and the other one comes up in this chapter. Yikes. I really keep forgetting about this one, and this one always gets me in runs, so I'm actually worried about this. So, do you remember in OG2 where there's that one... Oh, that's a fight spawn. Remember in OG2 where I keep saying there's that one fight spawn that can get you when you're going to the shrine? There's one like that in this where we're gonna go do a minigame, or skip past a minigame with this guy. And unfortunately, when you come out of it, there's always a fight spawn, or most likely a fight spawn. Excuse me. Ada was a thing in the PS2 version onwards of Resi 4. Simon Ada. I hope they do put it into, like, the main game of Resi 4 Remake. I don't know how they do it. Right. This is the fight spawn, by the way. That's how hard and impossible it is to avoid it. Oh no, this is the actual fight. No, sorry, there's two fights. There's this fight and then another fight. But this is the chapter where we need our money to hold off until we're done with it. So, I really need to not hit any guards. Also, this guy can fuck off. Do that again, I dare you. Yeah, that's why I'll throw him guard. I don't really want to hit him while he's not able to guard. And do the heat attack. This guy sucks. No, it's not a fight spawn. It's one after this one. I forgot. Yeah, do it again. Go away. At worst, if we start to run out of money, the nice thing is we do have the other sword still. I wanted to knock him to the ground to do the heat attack, so I could save some money. 7.5 is tight. How much do we need here? Is it like 2? I think it's 2, right? Right. Nice, he's not here. Yo, I win. He's not here. Nice. I don't have to worry. Option at the theatre. And then we go get some food. Man likes his food. Likes his dango, likes his food. Fair enough. We can order anything at the restaurant here, so we can just go for something cheap. Nice. Most things here are actually quite cheap. And then shogi is... Oh? Yeah, I will just take this. I need to save money. I love Tap's nose, because it's like, if you run out of money, it'll probably happen right here. Yup. Yup. It's happening. Absolutely happening. This is the reason why we said money is so tight in this run, is because all of those blocks have been so important in draining me of money. Go to the shogi parlor this way, because it's a little safer. This is weird. It's kind of like, you know how Showa Street in the older engine has no fight spawns down here? Same for Kenzan. This road has no fight spawns. It's really weird. But around this corner there is. We're getting a bit of a wider berth. That'll be good. This guy always just hangs out here. Okay. Once again. Real. I shogi. I lost. Damn. What a shame I don't know how to play shogi. What a surprise. What a surprise. So, we just need to get through this fight. If we get through this fight, we're about to be bloody rich. I think we get through this fight. This is fine. Yeah. Nice. Good. Okay, so my money was actually okay in the end after all. Good fight. Nice. Okay, good. So we're good for money now. We're very good for money now. There shouldn't be any more fights before we get our next bit of money. And this guy's gonna give us a shit ton of money for showing him a really nice way around town. Oh, good lad. Nice lad. Alright, good night, Rabbitfish. Thank you for stopping by. It's funny to think that we still have, like, not quite an hour left of this run, but almost an hour left of this run. For those who don't know, Kenzan's finale is stupidly long. Kenzan's finale, historically, should end. But it doesn't. Because in this video game, we're setting up the Haruka story. Now, in Miyamoto Musashi's story, he has one big fight on the beach. It's the beginning of the finale. It means we need a final boss. This game has one of the most final bosses you'll ever see. We call him the Gun Pope. You'll see why. Gun Pope. Man that can run 100 miles an hour and has Arise's moveset. Imagine having Arise's moveset in this game. Just imagine. Imagine. Anyway, he's gonna give us 40,000 more. Long money. Here's Majima, by the way. I don't know why. I really don't know if it's placebo because of the eye patch, but like he really does look more like Majima in his model at this point. But you can tell that Majima's model was definitely one of those changed for Yakuza 3. Like, Kiryu's model is still pretty similar, but Majima's definitely changed. All the better. It's in the end of Kenzan, next I know it's something special. You fight literally what would be the equivalent of Edo period Super Sentai. I'm not even joking. You'll see. It's long, it's stupid, it has speed tech? Oh god, right, the set piece where I messed up the other day. I'm a fucking archer. Right, that's coming. Right. That is coming. iPhone? What's going on? God damn it, now! No, you don't want to say it on stream. Yes, it was a literal fucking lettuce. And now when I say the words the lettuce one, chat will know immediately what we're talking about. Absolute fucking abhorrent state of UK politics right now. I don't want to get into it because it makes me upset. Everything is and it's not. Hashtag team. We were a laughing stock in the first place, but at least other countries didn't realize how much of a laughing stock our politics were. Now they do! No, literally, I'm fairly certain people were using it as a very nasty insult, but no, it was a literal lettuce. They took you 5 minutes to beat in one fight, just kept running. Yep. RSA fights. Most RNG games have a boss that has the RSA dodge or his moveset. It's a thing. Okay, Kyomizu Temple? Yeah. Oh, right, this is where we have to run past the other part, isn't it? Yeah, I remember. They're all lettuce. UK politics. How long a Wait, is there a radish for Sunak? Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Yo, we've already made an ass of ourselves. Can we not? Can we fucking? Want to go here, and we want to... Whoops, hit. So... Alright. This is where fight spawns come with a little bit of problem down here again, but again, they're not actually too bad. There is a big giant set piece here with a good bit of speed tech, but I fucked this up last time, and if you mess up the speed tech in this part coming up, you can lose up to 2 to 3 minutes. Fairly certain I fucked up my PB as well, so here's hoping. I do like this, this music that, is kind of urgent. Googled it. Yep. Absolute state of UK politics. Also, I do like that I have the no politics rule for the actual chat. I've not even held those rules myself for a point. Just been so bad that it's been unavoidable. Speaking of unavoidable, no fight spawns? Hell yeah. Okay with it. Very okay with it. Alright, you see a bunch of enemies are here. This is our set piece. Oh, this bit sucks. Okay, so now we have a bunch of money, so we can just go completely all over these enemies with this sword. There will be enemies with bows and arrows. They're the worst. I hate all of them. We'll be dealing with them. Where are we going with Sashi? Where are we going the other way? Simple full hit combo works on all these enemies, and that way I don't have to use strong like this. Who am I locked onto right now? What's happening? I'm gonna take you out. I'd rather stay in the corner. This is why I wanted to hit you before you grab me, because hand-to-hand enemies are the worst. You know how I keep saying there's a tier list of enemies you want to kill in Yakuza games? In Kenzan, it's hand-to-hand enemies. Not ranged enemies, hand-to-hand enemies. How a man with hands can beat a man with a sword is beyond me. Who just shot me? Which one of you was it? This guy. On the floor. We're getting moved. Oh, kisser. Thank you very much. Tier 1 for 3 months, I appreciate it. If you don't kiss your mother with that mouth. Old British idioms. Alright, here's the bloody arrow, guys. This is cool. Okay. So, the arrow guys are the bane of my entire existence in this set piece because they can ruin the speed tech that we have. Also, they do the thing where they run away again. I hate all of them. Stop it! Stop this! Okay, so, as we run this way, we're going to find that the route is blocked off. So we can't actually progress through here until we take this guy's explosive device. This is where we actually found out you could dash in this game. Because I put my weapon away by accident and we found out, actually, I'm running here. That's going to go bang. And then I'm going to run. I didn't have to run that far away, but I always do. I don't know why. So, these archer units are going to be the boss. You want to try and take the stairs and not the actual jumping part, because jumping part obviously slows you down. Hello, club guy. Goodbye, club guy. Goodbye, frame rate. Fuck you, hand-to-hand guy. Note that guy in there. God. Oh my god! I just want to break this with a two-handed weapon because it's faster. I swear to god, the frame rate is dying! Send help! Ow! I should probably break the other side. I don't like this side at all. So, what I'm gonna do is break through these barricades. Actually, then, like, interrupting my attack animation isn't that bad, actually. Holy shit, here we go. I hate this. I hate this with an absolute passion. This is the bad part. So, once we've gotten through all the frame drops, we're gonna go back to that guy I pointed out a second ago in the house. This is really bad. I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to take care of some of these archer units. It's going to lose me time. I do not want them along the pathway as I'm running here. Oh, there's so many of them. This guy gives us an explosive device. Don't get shot. Note to self, do not run straight here. You remember what happened the last time. So this is all because if we have this explode here, we're going to lose a bunch of time because that is now closed. Dare, I swear to God! Thank you. That's okay. I'll take being exploded as well. Because now you can just run through without having to do that entire fight. Nice timing on getting my sword out. Nice. Don't worry about him, he's fine. So, in this tunnel, there's going to be a giant flaming boulder. So, I should have had my weapon away to sprint. How do we deal with the giant flaming boulder, folks? Quite easily, actually. God. Bye. Yes, that's how that works. Yes, that's how that works. Yes, that is genuinely how that fucking works. Anyway, boss fight time. Fucking hell, this is a hard boss fight. I did very well at this boss fight in my PB. I remember that. So, also, I'm about to start losing time in this split. I've got to go fast here. I actually haven't done this split very well, to be honest. So, Tangle sword. We want to keep him on this side of the battle arena, away from those pots. Pot equals bad. If he gets close to the pot, he's gonna use his hook and sickle like a grappling hook. Thankfully, good fight. Does not normally go that well. It really normally does not go that well. Yikes. I'm very happy with how that went. Okay. That's the bit I was worried about. We should be good at this point. Split. Nice. I only saved 30 seconds, but we'll take any time save. I didn't do well in that chapter, so we're doing good. Oh god, it's this fight. 2 chapters left, folks, and yes, we still have like 45 minutes of the video left. The finale, as I said, is very bloody long. I'm not even kidding, it's very exceptionally bloody long. Hey, so remember like 2 hours ago when I said in 2 hours you would see something really cool that Kenzan does with its world map? Well, this is the time you finally get to see it. So, we're going to be heading to a new part of the map. Even though the entirety of our map has now been uncovered, we're actually going to head to a new part of the map that's very, very far away from here. I believe it's the same place from the prologue. I might be wrong with that, though. But we're going to be heading down there. We're going to have to do a fight. But we're going to get a brand new sword, not in chapter, but the chapter after this one. As I said, the blacksmith is just going to give us a free sword that is really bloody good. Really bloody good. Better than the money sword. That's surprising. But yeah, this is the reason why, obviously, the money sword is good up until this point, and then in the finale we'll get... I keep forgetting Kenzan. Good fun. It's quite long. Eyebrow movement. That's thanks to all of the, because these are all voiced cutscenes, so voiced cutscenes are a little bit more expressive with the eyebrows and stuff. The earlier Yakuza games actually had really expressive eyebrows. Whereas now we've got more subtle facial, like, movement. It's kind of like the MGS problem of why, you know, Solid Snake constantly, like, questioned everything, because, you know, PS1 MGS was, like, impossible to do facial expressions for. And then you had, obviously, MGS2, which was so much better in, like, being expressive. But at that point, Snake's personality was just questioning it. Oh no. Oh. Also, I didn't do the finale, like, super well. The finale has a good couple of strats to it, so... Because Snake was dummy thick. Did my PB... Was my PB the one where the weapon fell through the pillar? Or was that just a run we did? I can't remember. Come on. It's the one where the weapon fell through the... I have a lot of... That was a bad set of fights. Bad set of fights. Anyway, we're going to be heading to a brand new part of the map, as we said. Finally at that point. The nice thing is we can taxi a little part of the way there. Not fully. Also, we actually use the gate like a normal person, and not the back door we've got through our house. We've let, like, 6 people through at this point.
What?
So yeah, you can see that's the part we're going to. Over by Kiyomizu Temple. Fortunately, we don't have a taxi point to Kiyomizu Temple, so we have to do the run again. Once again, look forward to dodging fight spawns down here. As you've seen earlier, like, the ones down here actually aren't that bad. I really like Kenzan's fight spawns being a little massive. It's quite nice. Like this guy. In any other Yakuza game, that'd be a fight. If this was Yakuza 5, it'd be like 8 fights. This guy has more space, thankfully. This guy... Actually, no, he's not. There is a fight on the way, though. There's a fight we have to do on the way. This one coming up. This one looks like an optional fight. It's not. Well, it is. It's actually the start of an optional sub-story. I want to say it's the Akimoto sub-story of this game. I might be wrong, though. But we do have to do this fight. Everyone gets feared when we get the sword out. He blocked once, which is unfortunate. Up you get. Come on. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, this one's not too hard of a fight to do, thankfully. Only one guy has weapons, and you get scared when you bring your sword out, so you want to aim first. Yeah, Kenzan doesn't have that much in terms of a detailed combat, but it works. It works, and it's good. It's good fun. As long as you don't walk like too close to the wall and like slow down. But there's one pathway through here that we still haven't taken yet, this one. And this is where you get to see the really cool thing it does with its like transition to like the new area. No other Yakuza game does this. This is really cool. I really like this. Like, look how stylish this is. We just get like the map and like, hey, this is the pathway we're going. No other Yakuza game does something like that. No, it's not skippable. It's not a load, it's just... I guess it is a bit skippable. Okay, so... the guy in front of us with a lot of HP, murder the guy. He's the annoying one. Get a heat attack, that'd be great. Oh, missed it. As long as I can stop him. So... hey, I still want to take care of the guy with the large HP because he is exceptionally aggressive in this fight. Shame. Once we've dealt with him, the armored enemy goes. This man has to go. Now we get the club out. You know the drill. He has armor. Thankfully, he interrupted my animation, but unfortunately, he knocked me to the ground, which is a shame. The other pupils here aren't actually that bad to deal with. That's why we leave them to the last. This guy, however, now gets massively fast and aggressive without any armor. Which makes sense if you think about it. Be unfortunate. I really want to hit him with a heat move. I don't have enough heat. I'm not going to connect because that's really bad. That's frustrating that that didn't connect. Yeah, I am getting hit a little bit by these peoples, though I probably should have dealt with a couple of them. Good. You dealt with. Now for the rest of you. I should probably save my heat for the last set of enemies, but it's fine. I can build it back up. Yo, stop that. Every time. I'm losing way too much HP, I'm not gonna lie. I have to grab a healing item. Good. Yeah, it's more HP than the other one. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but unfortunately we're not done. That's the problem. Absolutely done. Guess who's back for a third time? It is Marame. Marame is a big problem. If you remember the first Marame fight with the dojo, where he got really aggressive once we got rid of his HP bar, you don't have to do that again, but worse. I'm losing money when I'm using that sword. This is because it's the money sword. So you know how most Yakuza games have like one weapon that uses your money to do damage? That is this sword. It is the earliest and simplest of the magic swords that we can get that does an absolute metric ton of damage. So for Kenzan, it's one of our only speedruns that has the money weapon actually utilized. It's really cool. There's a couple of others for New Game Plus, I think, but for the any %, I'm fairly certain this is the only one that uses actual money speedrun. Which is really, really cool. Really, really cool. Really unique. Yeah, fuck Marame 3. This fight sucks. It doesn't suck. It's actually really hard. They got solid place. Yamato Masashi. I know you are a dual sword user. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Right, you just gonna get ass. Aren't you? I'm gonna kick you. Attack. See, we're doing this again. Hate him so much. Oh god, he went into his red phase. Hate him so much. I dodged upwards? Excuse me? Please, let me attack you! Thank you! Die! Holy hell, what a bad fight. What an absolutely terrible fight. Shame, because the rest of this was pretty good. What a terrible fight. That fight hurts. That fight is a hard fight. Usually he's not that aggressive with his countering, so fair enough. It'll save like 25 seconds, but I should be saving more than that. Alright. Alright, so finale time. The finale is actually a quite long part of this chapter. It is very long. As I said, it just doesn't know when to end. So, we go this way. We gotta go and see our friend one last time before we go and fight him. Okay. So, enjoy your look at the city one last time. This will be the last time you see it. God, there was dialogue all the way through. Messed up. Oh, I did not get too close to these guys, did I? Oh my fucking god. I'm actually mad. I actually got too close to them. You shouldn't see this. This is not something you need to see. I'm actually mad. Messed up my movement. It sucks. Okay. So, we get tasked with going to pick up a weapon from the blacksmith. This is going to be our new sword. Much, much stronger than money sword, which is nice. Very almost there. We'll be fighting this guy real soon. Like how as the game has gone on longer and longer, he's grown more hair. Coming the Virgil to Andante. Back home we go. The game's setting up one big like showdown between the two of us, which is where the game should probably stop. Doesn't. Doesn't. Go.
What?
Hi, I remember you.
Oh.
I don't remember. Stop interrupting me, I'm leaving.
Oh.
Bye. Stop interrupting me, I have to go. Avoid sub-stories now. Leave me be. This is the last time we'll be in this part of the city. Get our new sword, and then we're going to go finish the game off. Okay. Go. Every time the camera changes. Again, as I said, I have to do that at least once or twice per run. Blacksmith has that weapon. I think what I'll do once I'm done with stream tonight, I'll put a message on Twitter, or a poll on Twitter, seeing what people want to see tomorrow. Whether you want to see Lollipop Chainsaw or Shadows of the Damned first. I need to do that tomorrow and then Shadows of the Damned the next day to be able to do things time-wise this week that I need to do. Oh, that partner ran. It happens right on the wrong day. Right on the wrong day. No sword, no sword, no sword, no sword, no sword. Look at this damage. It's really good. It's really good. Good. Really. Okay, this is the last time we'll be home as well. Right, one here. Ooh. Going. Hey, good night, Rosa. Have a good sleep. So you'll be able to leave as well in about 30 minutes. We're almost at the end. I said this finale is stupidly long. So, for the florist, we're just going to run over to the florist's house. You see, I can't even go back through to my house. We've gone past the point of no return, basically. It's time to finish the video game. Giant club on our back. That, we're going to go clubbing. We actually are going to go clubbing because a couple of enemies have armor. They're annoying. Also, if you're ever wondering where the inspiration for Yakuza 3's Chapter 9 bit with the Riot Shield guys come from, it's this. You'll see. That was a fight. So I had this way. It's slow, but it's fine. Boris, time to go.
Oi.
I would like. Fuck. Fuck. Is it actually? What was this? Yes. No, this is fine. Thought it was the top. So many good messages. Why is Eurofight spawn? Well, it's just a normal NPC because of the way it's walking. Okay, so taxi. Hi, hi, hi. Alright. Should be an NPC here. We speak to this NPC, and this is us starting the finale for good. Final set piece. Here we go. So note that we're starting at 2:47, and we will hopefully come out of it at sub 3:10. Hopefully. Genuinely a good 30 goddamn 20 minutes. Alright, so start with Kojiro. Gunplay. Kojiro is a hard fight. I definitely messed him up in my PB, so let's see if I can get a little bit better this time. It's not ideal, but at least I can start hitting him from here. So this should be the final moments of Miyamoto Musashi. But because of the game and what we've set up story-wise, I don't like him doing this. I was worried about. Because he gets mass hyper armor. And this. It messed this fight up already. Good stuff. Good stuff. You don't want to see this. Come on, up you get. Bad fight. Bad fight. Bad fight. Really don't want to see that QT. That sucks. Alright, bad start. Bad start. It's fine. Bring it back with the rest of this finale. Okay, so we're now going to get a very big, long fight here with a bunch of enemies that are going to keep spawning in. As I said, if you've ever saw the Yakuza 3 guys with the Riot Shield, this is a bit of inspiration. You can see there's guys with spears that are going to block us from being able to move around. For this first part, we just want to start hitting enemies. There's gonna be a couple of enemies with armor that spawn in. We want to ignore them for now. We take a spare healing item or two. How did that not? Okay. You'll tell who the armored enemies are. They're very easy, like, distinctually to tell who they are. I don't want the enemies near the side like this because, as you probably guess, yep, the spears interrupt us. Hit him before he went down. Does interrupt the enemy as well, which is nice, but it does more interrupt us. To the middle. Not playing well right now. Okay, so after a while, here come gun enemies. As you can probably guess, the gun enemies. Okay, take care of them at least. And archers. I thought he was going to attack me a lot earlier than that, which is why I was guarding. Hopefully the archers that can run into the spears and like really mess themselves up. There's an armored guy, so we're going to leave him for a while. There's going to be multiple of them. Hello. Archer is the annoying one right now. Really? You got away from me? I'm not sorry about that. Reach! More guns. Take care of more guns. And I'll go after the armored enemies after this. Ooh! Really? That damage. I'm gonna heal that off. Thankfully, I should have a bunch of healing items at this point. And the ability to pick up a couple in this fight. Okay, cool. As you can tell, we do the old club to break armor. I don't like this guy going. My knee's gonna hit. Yep. Oh, actually, I hit. The armored enemies, please come back to me. Thank you. I really was trying to guard that. Okay, I'm just gonna hit you. You're just gonna try and hit me. You have to stop. Now there's another armored enemy. We'll take care of him next. I'm just going to take care of some of these enemies right now. Stop them being annoying. Comes the rest of the armored enemies. My goodness. Fine, I'll take another heal. I have plenty. I want to, but I'll take plenty. Please avoid that. So this finale is just annoying. Really? Okay. I'm gonna break all the armored guys that are here, and then we'll deal with the rest later. Okay. One archer guy, one normal enemy. This. Yep. What are you doing? Alright, again. Terrible. Very bad. Oh, terrible. Every enemy can just interrupt you in this finale. It's frustrating. Really, really frustrating. Actually gonna take a heal here because I am worried about my HP. But yeah, normally this would be the end, like, the Kojiro fight would be the end of Miyamoto Musashi IRL, but nope, it's not. It's not the end of the video game. So remember when I said we fight the equivalent of Edo period Super Sentai? Here they are! As I said, this is a finale that doesn't know when to stop. Every single one of these guys are gonna be bosses. He knocks us back. They're all gone. How that happens, but they're all gone. Swords a way to go fast to the next part. Big explosions, don't worry about it. Swords away again. Actually, do I? I think I do. So there's the door on the right-hand side. Game's going to point it out. We have to get there, but as you can see, it's actually locked. There is a key, and unfortunately, the key is over here. On this guy. So this guy can actually run away from us. We don't want that, so we're just going to attack him at the start to try and keep him in place. Actually, I don't have my swords out. He's doing it. Shame I shouldn't have taken that hit. I should have waited a second. He's backflipping! Alright, yeah, I forgot you do that. I forgot he did that. Unfortunately, I think it puts us back in the middle of the room, otherwise we'd be in a really good position here. Yeah. So you can see next to him, there's the key. Put the sword away, grab the key. Bad, I'm picking up healing items during this. I'm using way too many healing items. Anyway, off we go. Open the door. We won the item at the top of the stairs. Eat restorative, which we're on. Okay, so what we need to do... There's going to be more explosives here. We have to look at the wall first, I believe. So if we go and have a look on left first... Old Miyamoto will know to go and get the explosives. Don't worry about the arrow guys, they're fine. I think we have to go see this first. I might be wrong. Yeah. Yep, so look at the wall, come back through. Grab the bomb all the way down here. This. If I can do this boss correctly, because I haven't done this boss correctly for a long while. That. I'm going to move back and heal, because I would like a spare slot in my inventory. Actually, I think... No, that wasn't good. Ow. Ow. So, jump down. But, go backwards, because I want this. Second heat restorative. So this guy is going to look a little weird, because it's going to look like this guy doesn't have a armor bar, but he actually does have armor, which is weird. So we have to break his invisible armor to do good damage to him. So I'm going to use the claw. Hopefully I got it out. I did lots of I got it out in time, which is a shame. This guy. You'll know when you break it off. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know. Actually, the first hit wasn't good to get stunned, but the rest of him actually went really nicely. This guy's the gun brute, by the way. Wait. Hello, where's the key? Oh, you have it. I was just gonna say, I know you have it. Every one of you has the key. Grab. Boom. This one, there's actually a very specific strat to do for this boss. This is the one that I usually mess up. So hoping to do well here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make use of a weapon in this fight. This. Grab this again. Should have enough. Let's see. So what we want to do is we want to go into our inventory, chug the heat item, go over here, grab the car. Oh, you have to grab it at a specific edge, I forgot. Actually, do the heat action. Thankfully, it doesn't break. It like breaks once, and then we can do it again. Right. Good. Good. It's not hard to do, but I've been messing it up a lot. And died. Thank God. Put this away. Once again, go to his body. He's got the key. Over on this side somewhere. Where is the key? And then we leave. Not too bad so far. Not great, but not too bad. This next one is very frustrating. Yeah, the car didn't go through the wall this time. That's nice. Okay, so we want to make sure we point the camera at a specific direction to stop enemies from spawning away from us. Really annoying. It's essentially the way we're looking right now. I don't just run forward, right? I might do. Yeah, they'll follow me. Don't worry, they'll follow me. They will follow me. So we want to make sure we keep the, damn it, camera pointed that way. That way we don't get enemies coming from that direction. Failed because of the position I'm in. Hey, come here. A lot harder to do than K2's, like, camera sticking. This camera has, like, tendency to just go backwards sometimes. Oh, I messed it up. No, that's bad. Spin it. Grab the gun or the arrow guy. I want to make sure no enemies are spawning before I go after them. Which there are. Fine. You're alive? You are alive. It's back there. It's fine because he ran forward. Got very lucky. Ranged unit. Why are you walking onto the kite so far away? Musashi! This. should be the end of the spawning enemies. Okay. This boss sucks. We need to try and not let him run away from us. He loves to run away. We don't want to finish our combo because this guy will leave. Okay, this guy. He can just leave as well, by the way. This guy just sucks. They start making loud noises. I didn't mean to do that. Oh wow, I actually managed it. Wow. I got lucky. Those guards and his heat made me really worried. Basically, he does like a mini cutscene and he jumps over to the other side of the dock. It's really frustrating. Okay, that is the 4th boss, or technically it's the 5th boss if you count Kojo earlier. The 5th boss out of 7 in this finale. Give key. Thank you. Now I leave. We're doing it. We're getting there. Don't worry about these enemies. We just run through. We have the key now. Goodbye. Whee! Ignore the guy who's hand-to-hand. I shouldn't have been that close to him, but... Yeah, this finale doesn't know when to end is the problem. It's like 20 minutes long. Anyway. Chain. The drill. You know the drill. This guy messed me up in the last time we did this run, so I'm really hoping he goes a little better this time. But we got a good set of caves to run through here. I think this is the one where I figured out how to dash. I think I accidentally put my weapon away and I was like, yeah, fuck it, and just ran forward and this happened. There's one of them. Pretty weird. Oh, I hate this boss. Excuse me, I'm stuck. I'm going the wrong way. It's a nice area, look. Very nice. I'm getting this all out ahead of time so I don't have problems here. This is supposed to be the easiest of all of them, but if this guy gets away from our combo, it turns into a nasty fight. So yeah, we do not want to let this guy get away from us at all. This guy sucks. You ass, don't you dare. Don't you actually dare. Can I do the heat attack, please? No? Miyamoto, why the fuck are you looking at this guy? No, come on. This fucking game. Behind me. Are you fucking kidding me? Come on. This is why you want to lock the boss down. Surprise. He's actually right here in front of me, but you just can't see him. Don't. Fire is fine. You can spit fire. That's okay. I'll allow that. I'll allow that, because then I can kill you. I hate that fight. That's not a hard fight, but as long as you don't lose him in your combo. If you lose him in your combo, then that happens. Then he just falls asleep. I'm gonna lose time in this finale because of that, I bet. I've never used to have problems with that fight, but now I do. Anyway, give me that key. Thanks. And this way is where you want to go, once again, with the chain. So, we only have one boss left, which we call Gun Pope. Thank you, Gun Pope. Alright. Wait. Dash. Door. Okay, we have one more fight before the final boss. The final boss we have to go very aggressive against, because if the final boss runs away, we lose them. I'm not even kidding. He's the fastest enemy in this game. It's absolutely absurd. There he goes. It's so weird that we can dash in this game, just by literally putting away our weapons. was hoping I'd get sub 310, but nah, this finale's not good. Bit of a shame, but oh well. Okay, so go. Swords out. This HP should be okay for the rest of the run, I hope. I mean, you'd actually interrupt my animation a bit earlier. There will be, yeah, I was gonna say, fresh enemies spawned, which I think did. All of these enemies, so annoying. Get out of here. Again, you could have done that a second earlier. Them interrupting my animation is actually a nice thing, if not in the middle of a combo. Oh, really? The same strategy of walking towards me with a musket. Didn't really work out, did it? That's it. Alright. Final boss time. God, this boss is weird. Excuse me. Every time. One last cave to run through, and then we fight the gun. Who has, and I kid you not, Arisa's entire fucking moveset. Yeah, look at that time loss. Wow. I really played badly in this finale. Wow. That one boss just demolished me. I think Kojiro did as well, to be fair. Gunfight time. Please don't run away while I change my weapon, thank you. How did... I interrupted him falling down? Okay, that's a new one. Get out of here. I hate that boss so much. Every fiber of my fucking being. Like, if you want to get your single sword out, he just shoots you and runs away, and then he shoots you a couple more times. I don't even want to imagine the hardest difficulty fight against him, because, oh my god. He would just damn near kill you.